Lana. Hello, hello. We are back. Oop, there is something on my face. Can you hear me? Uh, I hope you can hear me, but we cannot hear probably Nano. Guys, I want to quickly introduce this will be a best of three series Nemesis draft, and we will be having Gruntless in the mid lane instead of casting, which means we have Mr. Nano Attack tonight for this best of three. Hello, Nano Attack.
Let's go!
Let's
I am
go.
excited, man. I love Nemesis Draft, and the bans are already going out. Yeah, so Yone have already been removed.
Yep, which means that they will permanently not be able to be played in the entire series, right?
No, no.
Oh, it's not how
If
it works.
no,
Not
no, if
just
they are
bans.
picked, if they're picked, they cannot be played for the rest of the series.
Okay.
Bans are a case by case basis.
All right, all
So
right.
if they don't want Yasuo or Yone, they have to progressively ban Yasuo and Yone for how many games this will go.
Mm. I think Skill should miss the note where it will be Grantless in the mid lane, but it's really good for us regardless. Of course, Grantless does not play Yasuo and beyond. So
Maybe
let's
he's
see.
practicing, man. Secret
Um,
weapon, secret weapon.
I want to say out loud, I think that the support, jungle, and mid lane of skill issue are really good. And we see the Senna it's picked. Okay, yes, Senna can go either ADC or support from my little investigations I've seen. Even the AD carry player, I think he's very comfortable on Senna. It's one of his most played. So this is definitely a flex pick for skill issue. On the flip side here, we see Project Eversio going with the Lucian, so kind of a bit lore-centric bot lane there between the sort of Senna and Lucian. I want to also bring up on screen the OPGGs for the skill issue team. A first time here to show the OPGG. I think it will be a good thing to show while we draft here, and better than my face for sure. Nano, okay, yes, I think this one sort of spelled out itself. It's Lucian Nami in the bot lane. This is
It's
great.
a classic. The classic.
Yes, this is great, but for the same reasons that it would be great for a Versio, Ornn will be great for skill issue. Nemesis draft means that once they are picked and played in any game, they cannot be played later in the series. And Nami is one support that skill issue support has really good confidence on. Same going for the Ornn. Versio have really won a lot of their games, followed by picking Ornn in the top lane. So this will be something that Versio will have a hindrance on. Small comment as well, while Skittish should pick their next pick here. Shen being banned, Shen is one of the better champions that Skittish top laner can play, but we also know Iglos can play it. I'm pretty sure Living can play it in jungle as well. So maybe for the next game where we're on blue side, it will get swapped up. All right, Karma
It's
getting picked up.
karma.
What do you think
Okay,
about
so
the matchup? Karma Senna against Nami Lucian? Any idea?
I mean, look, generally speaking, if we're talking about like pure matchup, it's like hard until level 2, and then Lucian goes crazy. I'll go more into depth after the actual pick ban, but like generally speaking, I'm more in favor for the Lucian Nami here. I think this is a bit of a misstep, going with the karma, trying to like poke them out, but like realistically, I mean Lucian's gonna go crazy as we do see a Darius ban. Iglos is not allowed to play. No Ornn, no Darius. What will the man pick?
You
Let's
you
tell you
kind
that
of
we'll get that.
brushed over the Azir pick here. This will be Grantless's debut on Azir. Now the mid lane from Skillshare does not play this champion, so we're not trying to pick other people's champs. I believe this is his comfort pick. So I'm really curious to see how it goes. Azir has very long range, easy to control his lane. Good push, nice team fighting. I'm sure we're gonna have a nice match on our hands.
I will say
Um,
Azir is just straight up broken right now, especially in professional play where people can actually like play around him. Unsure about picking Azir with Lucian Nami. To be completely honest with you, I think there is a bit of anti-synergy there with one side wanting to play early and the other side wanting to play mid late. But maybe a good jungle and top here can act as a bit of a glue, as we'll see what Eversio tries to pick for R4. And it is going to be a Ambessa! No, it's a Gwen. Damn, I got so excited, man. I got so excited.
Yeah, that will be a first. But Gwen, Argos does play this champion. Now we're a bit AP heavy here with Nami, Azir, and Gwen lacking a front line as well. Will we see a tank jungler from
Ooh, that is a
Living?
Nocturne.
Let's see.
A Nocturne
Hmm.
Oriana.
really targeting Iconic here. Gonna be tough, but I think Nocturne, if he doesn't find the right angle and there's like an Azir there, a Gwen there, even Nami, a lot of peel there
Yeah,
for Lucian. But it does mean Iconic will not be enjoying this game at all. They have Sen on top of it, the Ornalt is quite far away. To be honest, realistically, Skillishly here dump a lot of DPS onto Nocturne here. I'm looking at their comp, and Senna won't have that kind of DPS for a while. This Nocturne really has to carry them through, like to the 22nd minute mark almost.
I
Uh,
think I see the vision. I think the Nocturne Oriana is a misplay. Uh, as I do say that we are seeing Skarner hover, then that will be a Skarner lock-in. Okay, instead of Sejuani.
how
Um,
crazy would have Xin Zhao been here instead of Nocturne
how
for
crazy would
for
have
skill
Shinzao been
issue?
then?
He'd have triple enchanter, and
Hmm.
and at the same time he can stop Azir every time he tries to do the combo.
Yes,
And you know that Project Eversio here won that tank jungle most likely unless they're sort of like it's kind of troll not to take some kind of engage. I like this Skarner pickup
yep,
here by Living. First time we're gonna see him, so Xin Zhao could have played really well into any tank
I agree.
jungle
I agree.
realistically.
I think realistically here, what probably should have been played is something like you said, like the Shinzao, something like the maybe even the Belvet. I can see the Belvet stopping in. Else you just go balls to the wall. You play a volley bear, act as this sort of like big mean. Hey, I'm not gonna allow any engages to happen. But realistically, I mean, I think the Nocturne does fall short on the simple fact that, like you're saying, we don't really understand. There's no real DPS on the side of skill issue, which when you're playing into this type of comp, you kind of need because you can't realistically burst them down. Lucian Nami are gonna outburst you. Skarner is gonna be aggressively tanky. Gwen, of course, can just go immune because that's how that champion works. And Azir, of course, if you try to engage on him, does always have his ultimate, does always have the EQ to try to play very, very safe. Um, if anything, I mean, realistically, this is going to be like a game for Senna to try to 1v9. But I don't think Senna's really that kind of champion, especially not when you put her in like a, sort of more organized, more professional style of play. So I am a bit cautious about Skill Issues comp. They are going for a very big gambit. And yeah, I mean, look, I'll say this: the boys in blue have, and they have been a lot recently, outdrafted, in my opinion.
Well, for this time around, they have Grantless. He's very methodical as well. I would assume that Eversio kind of want to play very weak side in mid and top lane, and play a lot for the bot lane, and then we can transition bot lane and sort of take over the map, while at the same time, you have Azir and Gwen who can pretty much 2v5 the entire team on 2, 3 items. So maybe playing into that early game. I'm not too sure about um, how Skarner does against Nocturne. I think it will be okay, I imagine. Nocturne not really known for that percent health damage. I would assume Skarner starts to outscale him um, probably around the third item, but this Nocturne has one job, to pick up a ball and to jump onto Iconic. Or Azir, if Azir is maybe fed enough, but I don't know. It's nice. It's gonna be a nice game for sure. Skillers have to coordinate stuff. Project Eversio kind of playing into their strengths of we're chilling, we play macro, we get towers, we get gold, and we'll slowly start to outscale and win fights just by sort of the champions we play.
I think there is a threshold where this game does go too long. The Senna will become a bit of a menace. She'll get a lot of bonus range. The current way to build Senna is to sort of go into this like static Shiv, Black Cleaver, and then build crit items. So there is a chance where like she's gonna have these extra stats that other champions simply don't have. The Azir is kind of there for that sort of mid-game assurance to make sure that they don't fall off too hard. I honestly maybe would have preferred to see maybe got this space something like super aggressive or at least more mid-gamey rather than Azir. That said, I mean this could just honestly be a bot lane stomp, and if that Lucian Nami gets ahead, I mean I don't see anyone who can actually stop them. I don't think Oriana can realistically stop them, even with Nocturne delivering the ball towards Lucian, because like you were saying, there is the Azir, there is the Skarner, there's the Nami. it's going to be very, very annoying for Nocturne to even do anything in these situations, let alone Oriana being able to back him up.
Yeah, I mean
Uh,
Gwen alone as a champion, in my just with her W, she's very not really threatened by a lot of things. Skirmish have like that. A lot of their stuff has range to make sense. The Ornalt, the Senna, anything. If Nocturne, I think even can get his Altisay. I'm not sure about that one, how it works. Maybe if he alts and she Ws, like I don't know. But Karma as well wants that range. So apart from Nocturne, and if Nocturne ever comes close to like a 2-3 item Gwen, he's like one Q and a couple of autos away, and I'm sure Aeglos won't be completely alone.
I agree, and that's why I think, in my opinion, again, honestly, I'm gonna say just genuinely, I am impressed. They are winning a lot of drafts. A lot of the drafts that I've seen, Eversio seem to just be winning them.
Well,
It feels.
don't be, how you say, impressed. This
Uh,
is normal. We are Eversio,
it's
right?
normal. It's you know what? You're right.
Come on.
My bad. How dare I? How dare I be impressed? You're right. You're right. When you're
Yes.
right, you're right.
Are you working with
Uh,
the enemy? Nah, nah.
it's all no, no, no. I feel like to be serious. I think earlier on in the, especially the past games that I sort of casted, I felt like Eversio had a bit of an issue when it came to closing out drafts. But I feel like they've completely fixed this. I feel like they are starting to completely understand. Like, hey, we need this, we pick this. You know, they're no longer kind of playing towards these sort of like weird. Oh, but I really want to play this champion versus this comp, and they're really going for this more cohesive style, which I am a big fan of. As a conic, uh, that I've never seen that flare before on High Noon Lucian. Okay, I think we
It's
know
all
who
right.
won the skins.
You just need to have a credit card, my friend. Um, so something I just want to quickly shout out. Hello, Onyx. Thank you for the support. Let's go, Grantless, indeed. And Skyfall, thank you for joining. So you think that skill issues comp looks like a Chinese TikTok, huh? All right, all right. Well, there's a lot of components to it. You know, if it works, it works. You know, we'll have to see it. It'll be like a firework, you know? It's like there's a darkness and there's like a bunch of boom, 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 you know? We'll see how that goes. All
We
right,
call this the
guys.
Hamroon comp. Uh,
Wouldn't be League of Legends without a well-timed pause just after sort of coming online, but here we go. This is normal, guys. After it pauses again. Skarner might be half HP. In a world where they hit every ulti. Yeah, yes, yes. Of course, if they are hard engaging with all their ults onto Skarner, skill issue have more problems than just skill. It won't be a skill issue. I think it will be an IQ issue because ideally they want to, you know, kill the Gwen, the Lucian, or the Azir.
yeah,
So
I mean, like you're saying, realistically, if you want this comp to like work into Aversios, you would have needed to pick something like the Shinzao, like the Bel'Veth. But it's Nocturne they picked, and Nocturne we're getting. So let's see if maybe they know something we don't, and they're gonna pull out some secret strat, the full AP Nocturne. I don't know. We'll see.
the
We'll
full
see.
AP Nocturne. All right, let's see it.
Let's see it.
So far in UKL, I have not seen a single invade. Now it's either me being sort of thinking too much outside the box, or maybe it's like a bad strategy, but I swear SKT do it sometimes, okay? So, you know,
I
I'd like
think
to
if you're
see it
better
come
than
back.
your opponent, you do it.
I
But you need to have like a level of cockiness, you know? You need to do like the Bwipo walk for at least 30 minutes before you like feel like, okay, I'm gonna go invade now. Uh, as I mean, on individual matchups, I'm pretty sure that every single one of versus lanes win these. Again, I'm not fully sure on the Nocturne Skarner. That is a bit of a weird matchup you don't see often, but I do think Skarner still wins it.
Oh no, no,
Uh,
it's for sure Nocturne favored until like much later
okay,
on.
that's fair. That's fair. Uh, that said, though, I mean, realistically, this is here may get bullied just a tiny bit by this Oriana, but once he backs and gets that recurve bow, I mean, this champion is a menace. As of course, we all know how Gwen Orn goes. I think this is was played in one of the last games of the LCM, right? Am I wrong? Was that Malphite? I forgot. As we do see, Lucian. Okay, the Senna overstepping a tiny bit versus Lucian Nami, and being shown why Senna does not win this matchup early game, as she does lose around 60% of her health bar. Of course, it is a Senna. She does have her Q to stay slightly back. Eyegloss is getting poked a tiny bit by the Ornn. Awaken playing very aggressive, just showing them again, hey, we're Lucian Nami. We just get to win lane, lol. So again, as I said, the Orianna will get tiny bits of poke on the Azir. But yeah, generally speaking, I mean, this is the again the sort of like leeway you get when picking these sort of champions like Nocturne. I mean, Iglos can play so far up in the lane, and same of course for Iconic and Awaken. Even though they're on opposite side of the map, they realistically don't have to worry about getting ganked, provided they play a bit smart, understand, hey, there's probably Nocturne at the top side of the map here, so maybe I won't stick along for too long underneath the enemy's tower. But it's this freedom to be kind of able to do whatever the hell you want. That again is like showing maybe why Nocturne wasn't the exactly best pick here. But you know, who knows? Level 6, he might just go crazy. He might find these very strange gank angles. Because of course, the Skarner will just also be farming and becoming incredibly unkillable. And that is a spellbook Skarner, by the way. I do want to point out. Shout out to Living.
He also came up with the spellbook Zillion support as well, locally.
Listen,
So
I've been saying for a while since they buffed that. I actually think Spellbook is broken, like unironically. Like the champions who can use it probably like use it really well. So I'm always happy to see it.
can't wait to see the cleanse Skarner coming through.
It's gonna go crazy, man. He's
Okay,
gonna
okay.
cleanse Turn Fear.
We have a bot lane gank
Oh,
potentially here.
oh, nice. He's gonna back. uh, oh, yeah, Jan. You know what it is? I got it now. He's gonna go TP. It's just like that one meme, you know? He's going TP on jungle.
Yes, yes.
There
That's
you
that's
go,
how
man.
that's how you can gank all the lanes at the same time.
Exactly, man. He's gonna gank bot, swap to TP, TP top. It's gonna go crazy.
And then
As of course,
goes
it's a
goes
nice
mid
force
lane.
splash. And then goes mid lane. Exactly, man. He's just thinking on all three lanes. It's crazy. Uh, as of course it does seem to be. Like, I mean, this is kind of what Eversio want until these like first 1, 2 bits of farm. A few 2 minutes. You just kind of want to farm, get your first few backs off, and then you just run them over.
Doctor here getting his first recall off. He is 2 camps ahead at the moment. He should be hitting 6 before Living does, but Living should be around bot lane during this dragon timer. I don't think it's free. Skyler does take a while to do so, and his laners have not yet backed. But if maybe the lane state stays as it is, we might see a Versio try to sneak a dragon. They've been really on top of dragons this entire series. Let's see. Gank on mid lane here, potentially. Living finds the Orianna
This
here.
would be a kill.
That's a flash.
Ooh!
The
What
first
an
blood coming out.
amazing
These
little combo.
Skarner passive there, finishing off the Orianna there. Grantless with the debut, getting in that assist there. Nicely done. Both
I
Living and
fully
Grantless.
believe that was intentional. So Gruntless EQ'd, but he waited for his E to reach his soldier, so his Q he did not follow his Q, so he wouldn't go on their tower. I mean that was wow. I really like that. What a nice little combo. We of course are gonna pause again. But yeah, I mean that was a nice little combo he did. I'm not gonna lie. I'm genuinely impressed.
Let's fix
The
this
E
volume.
to get
Thank
the
you,
extra
Eversio.
range on the Q, so the Skarner, what's it called? The Skarner bleed can finish off the Orianna. What a nice little play.
Is there any info about the post? No, okay, we're back, we're back. Okay.
The enemy support had the like.
I think it's just the anxiety kicking in. Oh boy. No, no.
Brain lag.
Yes. And this is game lag. As you can see, guys, we are still post. It will come back in 3, 2, 1.
It's
Okay.
gonna come back in
If it
3,
worked.
2, and now. Damn it. Okay. Ah, there it is.
See, I was right.
So funny.
I liked this one. Um, let's see. I'm not too sure if it's actually on favored early on here. I think, in theory, maybe. But if Gwen hits all her ults, I think it just Ornn might not have enough damage. But
Yeah,
I don't think
I'd
they
say
can
it's.
ever like take each other off.
I agree.
without bot.
I think it's if Gwen reaches 6, then she hits all her ults. Then she's probably able to contest the Ornn. I think it's more of just a bit annoying before that 6, before you can able to actually use those ults. As here they go. As we're saying, the pot has been used for as much HP as possible. She has hit all the ults. It is not enough to kill the Ornn, but it is enough to
Yeah,
chunk him out.
it kind of played out the same way in my brain as well, if that had to go. But now Iglos is down an alt, and Ornn still has his. Potentially something could come out of that. You see Eversio here planning out this dragon. Potentially Living wants to clear out his topside camps before rotating here. Nocturne is 6 guys. Anyone overextending here, specifically this over pushed bot lane, could be ganked in any given second at this point. Let's see if we can find these picks here. Igos shoving as much as he can here. I hope they know that Nocturne is 6. I would assume they do. In
Why
fact,
is
Igos
Nocturne,
wants the recall. Yeah,
is Nocturne looking for a mid gank? I don't.
not too sure exactly. I think just all his camps are down. He's probably waiting, yeah, for that red buff to spawn. And just in case anything happens mid lane, he's there to ult potentially, just hovering. Let's see. Living finding the advantage here with the camps. He should be in time for this dragon, and Nocturne should be pathing towards top, but seems like he will forego his camps and hover his bot lane here with his ult. This could be a gank here on the versus bot lane, could be a bit dangerous. The Senna route is landed, but no follow-up. So it's something interesting to note. Nocturne recalling now as well, but we see Living already starting on the grabs. Now versus still have no idea here, okay? But maybe they thought from the aggression. Let's see here. Iconic sidesteps the W this time. Cleanse forced out there thanks to Awaken's bubble. And that
The
is Iconic's
Nocturne.
alt go out to
The
Nocturne.
Nocturne exactly backs as they get engaged on. Man, that is a tragedy for the side of SI.
All part of the plan. And that is Void Grabs picked up by Eversio. Really good that they have these kind of like mid to late game-ish champs like Skyner, Azir and Gwen, and they are getting these the grabs. That will help them a lot to take any lead they can get, especially in bot lane. Awaken's ult barely misses there, as the engage is found from Eversio, the bubble landing on the Karma. Both bot laners here trading, Eversio coming out on top there. This could be a dive angle if Living was around, but maybe Eversio take the advantage to go for Dragon. We'll have to wait and see. We still don't know where Nocturne is, and we know Nocturne is 6. So Iconic and Awaken here can't push their luck too much. Fully confidently at least. But there you go. The bot lane is pushed. They will be recalling here, taking their win. Sadly, no flashes burnt during that exchange in bot lane. But it was a good amount of damage there to hold them back. Iglos casually with the 20 CS lead. That's really nice to see here. Grantless falling a bit behind there, 18 CS down. Does matter in the grand scheme of things. Orianna should have her first item, but the Tear of the Goddess is delaying that. Let's see here. Iconic, despite the lead they're having in the bot lane fights, he's kind of on par here with the Zena. So well done there to Skittish use bot lane, holding it up. See Igos using that ult to shove in his lane. Dragon is started by Eversio.
Now the Ornn does have TP here, and he does have ult. So this could be a 5v4 for the side of SI if they choose to fight, but they will not. I mean, so far, Eversio are on the map. I'll say that much. They have taken both neutral objectives that have been available. They've managed to secure first blood. This is looking like a surprise. I shouldn't say surprisingly. This is again a classically clean game. Now, of course, it wouldn't be an Eversio game without a bit of mid-game messing around. So I am on my toes, expecting a little bit of jokes, Although so far, I think every lane is doing incredibly well. Of course, you do have Gruntless a bit behind in CS, but realistically, that is to be expected when you're playing into an Orianna. There are those first few levels where you do just have to lose that CS. Now that he's gotten his back, he's gotten his. He's actually not gone for the recurve bow. He's chosen to go for the blasting one. But either way, now that he's gone in this cycle damage boost, he has of course been able to keep up, or at least stay even somewhat. As ooh, living barely misses his ult. Man, that would have been a nice pickup on the Azir. But you also can't be too mad. As Iconic does E inwards here, the ult does come out. The Senna is staying in the ult, barely not enough to finish. However, here comes the Skarner. 1 auto, 2 auto. He's driving her into the Senna. The exhaust comes out. Flash does have to come to Karma so that she can dodge. Flash also comes out from Iconic. Flash also comes out from Awaken. The bubble does not hit. Now here comes the Nocturne. The Nocturne will finish off the Lucian. Also the Orianna finishing off the Nami. And now it is living alone by himself in a 1v4. This may very well be a 0-4-3, as Living is trying his very best to escape. Although honestly, I do not like his chances, as Living will go down, and that will be a feat of strength
Yeah,
for the side
definitely
of
an
SI.
overcommitment there by Eversio. You know that Nocturne exists. We just used Skarner out in mid lane, it did not hit. Seemed like it was, I don't know what the idea was, maybe because we have first item, we should force this. But, you know, past the flashes there, maybe play a bit more for the plates, in my opinion. Of course, sad it didn't work out, but let's see how we can recover here. We still have the Azir and Gwen sort of farming on there, nothing affected in that regard. And Skarner is still Skarner. It's really how does this Lucian Nami now play into this Senna Karma, uh, given that Senna got such a boost? Not too sure, Nano. What do you think?
Yeah, I'd even say as far back as Senna just flashing and Karma then also flashing. I think that's fine. I don't think you realistically need to expand sums. If anything, there you should again maybe play for just plates, maybe play for some bot pressure, try to gauge, see if maybe the Nocturne can follow bot, and then try to take a 1v3 with the some advantage. I do think it was a bit of a force, like you were saying, maybe a bit overzealous. Of course, the
Oh, what a
Eversio
well-timed
can.
W there by Diorn, dodging the Skarner
It's not
ultimate.
good. No.
But at the end
This
of the day, Iglos does manage to secure the kill, so we are giving gold to this Gwen, which is great to see.
Here comes out
Conic.
another ult. Konik, the ultimate barely does not hit. The Konik is a bit low, so it is a bit dangerous for him to try to deal more damage here. And he will go down.
That is not what you want to see from the Lucian Nami. Conic pushing his luck a bit further there, the Senna passive finishing him off with the missing head. Seems like the damage buff from the Yuntals is really strong overall.
So I will say this, I'm unsure if this is still on the live patch. There is a bug currently with Yuntal and Senna that causes her excess crit chance to not convert to lifesteal. Now, obviously this is something that we're thinking about alone in the future once she reaches that 100% crit. Uh, but it could honestly be a difference. So I'm curious if it's still in the patch. I'm not sure if anyone in chat still knows if maybe they fixed it. But I do know that is like a big reason why Yuntal isn't realistically played on Senna. There's of course a eye gloss with all the pressure he's putting on, and the fact that he did in fact rush a Lich Bane will take the first tower. Eversio is one neutral objective away from boots. If they take this dragon, or this herald, which is still up, they could technically take these boots. It's a bit dangerous though, I will say, with that bot lane falling very reasonably far behind. I am curious to see if they'll be able to do something to maybe come back a bit.
Oh yeah, it's called Diaglos, my friend. He got first tower, he's a fed Gwen, he has a kill, no one's pressuring him at all. The Nocturne was forced to go bot lane, and Grantless and Iglos are just farming, casually farming, Azir and Gwen, living happily ever after. And we see Iconic is still beating on the Senna from range. So yeah,
This
I'm
might be.
still confident with Iconic here and the Versio. All right, oh 07 Iconic, it was nice to know you. But
The timing! The timing!
Herald now being secured by Eversio in the meantime, which is great, you know, we'll take those. Let's see if
Yeah,
Senna can finish
I
off the
listen.
spot
I'm
pirate.
perfectly confident in Iconic. It's Lucian who I'm not exactly confident in. Lucian, when he does, of course, fall behind, is not exactly the strongest champion in the world. He's definitely not useless. I will say that much. I think the champion is a bit underrated with how honestly not that bad he scales, especially with the ultimate. Although, of course, he is no hyper carry. So we will see here. Iglos dealing so much damage. Wow, that is a what's that item called? Hollow Radiance Mercury Treads Orn. He's just shredding him. As we have taken the second tower, and of course we have gotten the feats of strength, which means we have now gotten the upgraded boots. Uh, I will say the boots buff quite strong actually now, provided you don't upgrade them too early on. I do think the new balancing with the 500 gold upgrades are actually a reasonable purchase after your third item, so they will play a part in maybe again bridging the fact that technically S-size comp scales a bit better at those later stages. But we will see exactly, of course. The mid game will be soon entered. Once we reach that 1.5 items, 2 items, I am curious what happens. I'm hoping Eversio just groups up and just tries to end here, or at least gets like such a large advantage that they're realistically uncontestable as Gruntless. We'll get just a tiny bit of poke on boars, and by tiny bit, I mean Azir will auto twice and take half a health bar. Wow.
So Azir really will scale up very nicely, and we see Aiglos here finishing his second item. Big power spike for him as well. His health will be up more often. He has grabs, he has Lich Bane. He's gonna be pushing on this turret like nothing. And yeah, I'm not too sure if I'm sure Ornn can clear the wave in the meantime, sort of holding him in place. But yeah, if Ornn isn't team fighting, Gwen isn't team fighting, it's a win for Gwen in my book. But we'll have to see Eversio get a nice playoff. We're yet to see that. We had one good gank in mid, but the failed attempt in the bot lane still has a bad taste in my eyes. Let's see if we can get some nice teamwork here. But we play the macro here. Grantless finishing off that bot lane turret, getting a nice chunky 200 gold for himself. We see Igos here going full turbo here on the Ornn. Nice little combination there, and Igos takes him down. That's the power of Gwen against tanks, guys. He has two
Man,
items.
that's so
Good
much
aim as well, and
damage.
nice patience on the last ultimate there. He needed to hit every spell in order to take down this Ornn. So well done there to Igos. Not sure about
No!
that Orianna ult. What's going on there? That's a
Oh
key
no!
ultimate, and we've yet to see the Orianna Nocturne combo even once this game.
You do not want to see that. You do not want to see that.
Yeah, I think the
Man.
oh we don't have Orianna
Oh,
R though, so yeah, it's kind of a pointless R here with living covering. Okay,
what is
okay.
going on, man?
Aversa got this. I'm fully confident in their ability to got this. After seeing what I just saw. Something else I think Nocturne should have prioritized this game was ganking a lot more for this Orianna, getting her ahead, getting that really strong ultimate on him. Um, I mean, Lucian, I understand why they would gank bot lane, but Lucian isn't going to survive a strong Orianna either, even if he's fed. Igros finding again this Ornn. Let's see if he can take them out. The Ornn forced the flash. Iglos coming out on top. Oi, oi, oi. Let's see.
Man,
That
this
turret's going
Lich
down
Bane
pretty soon.
Malignance build on Gwen is just dealing so much raw damage. I mean, those item buffs are really coming in through nicely. Uh, Lich Bane, of course, being cheaper, Malignance having that tiny bit more AP. I mean, it is honestly a bit of a dangerous combo, especially when you take into account that Gwen was balanced to have a slightly stronger early mid. As of course, Ariana is here. There is, of course, the Atakan. That is always an option. TP is available for Igloss. And they are all here. That said, SI know this, and they, of course, also all here, ready to see if they can contest whatever happens. Now, if a big team fight 5v5 does break out, like we were saying, the Ornn is very favored. So I would like to see Eversio maybe tentatively kind of like bait out the Atakan, say, hey, look, we're going to take Atakan, Ornn better TP and stop us. And then maybe just back off and have Gwen just basically take an entire inhib or an entire lane.
Yeah, that sounds like
Uh,
a plan for sure. They do have teleports, so yeah, if we can waste like Orn's teleport and back off, I think it's fully justified as well. Interesting to note
Exactly.
here. Senna finishing her Black Cleaver as well. So I'm not too sure what Nocturne is building. Potentially Sterax here. But with Black Cleaver being complete here, she will increase the Nocturne's damage on any target hit.
Front is choosing to finish Zonia second. So I think they're looking to fight. Just based off that. It does make sense. Your comp doesn't exactly, especially with this bot lane. Scale 2 basically too far late. As here comes the combo, they did pull it off, and that will be 2 kills for the side of Living. Gruntless! What a little Shuriman shuffle, it does come out. Iglos is teleporting in, the Ornald will also come out. The Senna is so in front. Iglos does manage to finish 1, he finishes 2, he is immune. He is so annoying with this W, but he is still in a bit of danger. He will not go down, he does escape, and this has turned into a 2 for 2, both bot lanes are dead. Wow.
A big fight, a big fight. What really comes out of it, though, I mean, we'll have to wait and see. Nothing much happens. We pretty much traded blows. But Versio with a very explosive sort of counter fight there. We saw a nice flash from Living, catching them with the Skylar then Grantless styling with the Azir Shuffle. Now that's a way to say hello. And I guess we did get the dragon after all. So well played there overall, Eversio, getting the good tempo off to get this dragon. Do we also take Atakan? Kind of playing into. Sorry?
I do think Ratakan is a bit risky. It is warded. No sweeper seems to be available for the side of Eversio. Orianna will TP in here. Nocturne ping that his ultimate is soon. They probably should just back off, although they have chunked it quite a bit.
And back
I
off
think
is
they
what they
may
shall.
have chosen to give off. No, okay, the Arakan's reset. Okay. Woo! Bit scary, bit scary.
The Iglos here finishing off his Rabadon set cap. Something to note as well, Iglos last fight, a beautiful W from him, dodging the the Orianna spells just in time. We had a small little hiccup there. I'm not sure if you saw it, but alright,
Yeah,
so here we
the
go, guys. This is gonna be a big fight. We see bot lane tire just got taken down here from a Verso. We see Ghost being popped by our Spellbook Skarner. Um, it's really an interesting summoner spell. Let's see here. Atakan
this
started
could
by
be
a
the
Verso.
fight that makes or breaks the game.
Yeah, we do have ultimates. Are we? Yes, we do have ultimates available. So we could look for the fight.
Hold on.
Let's see here. Okay, everyone's kind of backing off, not sure about the fight. Okay, everyone's giving each other respect. See Iconic, our 0-4 hero, shoving in the mid lane, getting
Like
that priority.
listen, I'm not saying I want him to die 3 more times, but I'm just saying him being the 07 hero would be fucking hilarious.
He
I'm just
needs
saying.
he needs
I'm
some
just saying.
kills. Alright, let's see
It
here.
will be
Grantless
very funny.
started this up.
It will be very funny.
Nocturne art coming out. There's Nocturne. And Living lives up to his smiting reputation. And there we go. The Nocturne getting CC chained because Nocturne ulted Skarner there. And the
And
verse to
man,
take
that was
Atakan and a nice kill.
Gwen had zoned 7 people in that fight. What an absolutely crazy. That you do not want to go in there.
Speaking of absolutely crazy, Iglos jumping into 5 even. A bit
He got
optimistic there. No ultimate,
a
no
bit,
W, but
he had a bit of an Icarus moment. He went too close to the sun, or in this case, the karma, and he did get blown up. However, in that fight, that Arakan fight, Iglos zoning out 4 entire members of SI. I mean, that is so large. That does secure, of course, the Atakan, the Nocturne, does get outsmited by Living. Living, again, with just having amazing smites. Next objective, the Baron. I mean, Eversio are setting up to basically saying, hey, we don't care that our mid game or our late game is technically weaker than yours. We have all the objectives. We have the Otacon. We have the Drakes. It looks like they're gearing up to take the Baron. And I mean, that is a perfectly fair way to play this comp. As again, like you were saying, I think what Nocturne needs to do here is try to get this Orianna just a tiny bit more ahead so that you can maybe pull off this combo a tiny bit better if they're gonna go for this Chinese TikTok combo. Man, I don't know. I think Eversio. I'm not gonna say they've won. They've definitely not won. There is still, I'd say, 2 or 3 more fights that need to be had for them to tentatively say, "Hey, we've just won this game straight out." But man, they are looking really, really good here. As of course, Gruntless is a bit tiny bit caught out. No, he will just get out of this stun. They're gonna give over this tower, which does seem fine. The tempo there was a bit off. However, if they are able to force down the mid tier 2 here, Lucian, not exactly a champion who is bad at taking towers. Same for Skarner too, as Eyegloss will just tentatively ask, hey, can I hit your tower for a bit? Warren, of course, will say no thank you. But Eyegloss seems to just not care. He just wants the tower. Okay. Sure.
600 gold for Agnes's pocket, but now the rest of the verse are kind of hovering him. This, without him being here, it's a bit of a problem. He's kind of his whole team in terms of gold. Oh no, Living could have get caught out here, but great
Very big
Skarner
Skarner
ult
ult.
to turn things around there. Awaken out coming out of nowhere there. Living fighting for his life, still alive here. See a lot of damage coming out. Not really sure how Living is still alive. Gruntless getting a nice shuffle off. The W from Ornn holding Gruntless back and a big amount of damage back and forth here. The Senna coming through for them. Yeah,
The
without
07
without
hero.
without Eyegloss being here, without the 3 item, almost 4 item Gwen, guys, come on. He's a big chunk of gold for Eversio not being here. So the fight will be a bit iffy if they play it straight up.
He may not have been there, but he is here now as he will TP in. I do not think they can take this tower. The bubble does land. That is a Gwen ult. He will flash in. That is one.
Ooh, barely missing the last ult there.
Ooh.
The slow could have been impactful to holding back the Senna, but he
That
does
does
manage to
still
back
mean,
them off and
but
Dragon
it
is
does still
ours.
mean Drake for the side of Eversio.
This is great.
What
This is
a
the second Infernal Drake, both for Gwen, both for the Azir as well. A lot of good stats for them, a lot of more AP, thanks to Rabadons as well on top. So we'll take those. We take
I
those. Looking like a bit
I will
troll
say this,
sometimes,
but
but new synergy, you know.
that's it, man. That's not a Versio game. It's not an Versio game without some mid game fucking around. You have to do some goofy fights mid game. That's how a Versio plays.
The Maltese Flare. All right,
It's
let's
the
see.
Maltese flair.
Baron is getting started up here. Almost taken down already. 6k left on that thing. Look at Iglos
Eyegloss
there.
in a bit of
And
a dangerous
that's
position.
Baron for Eversio. Nice little
They've already
pickup there.
taken Baron, and they can just walk away. Who we give an MVP to this game? I wonder who.
Awaken.
Who did Awaken? Agreed.
No, no. I don't know.
Sensei.
In my opinion, they're all kind of playing at a very similar level. I think Groundless so far he's played the most consistent, perhaps. Awaken had some nice bubbles as well. Let's see, let's see. Let's not fight about our heroes, okay? Thank you.
Listen, I will say this: for being behind on Lucian, Akonic is putting in the work. He has done more for these team fights than I think I've seen ever seen any behind Lucian do. Oof, that was a hard sentence. Anyway, we of course will siege mid lane. Azir will set up his tower. We will start getting the small push in. We do have the Baron. We do have Soul Point. We do have Atakan. And again, it's these neutral objectives that Eversio has gotten that just completely changes the way these comps play. Lucian will just try to ult, and that almost one-shots the Senna. The Azir does try to go in, but it does look like he will fall as well. A bit of a bait. A bit of a bait. Uh,
Yeah, I'm not too sure
Probably should have
about
just
that, guys. Yeah, you're 2v5ing at that point. Iglos now finding this Ornn once again. Seems like Skillish are fixated on pushing in the mid lane, but Eversio will destroy their base if they do so. And there goes the inhibitor. They'll take a lot more if that Nocturne stays over there. We see Senna is there. Oh, Livy gets a great ultimate there off and pushing the Orianna away. So that's Orianna down. Senna is here, Karma's here, but can they stop Gwen, Nami, and Skarner?
what's going on?
Alright, alright. So Eversio backing off there. We took an inhibitor, took some kills. All good, all good, all good. Grantless and Iconic really holding back this push. This could have been a lot more than what it was. but perhaps also the reason why we got an inhibitor really quickly as well. All right, let's see. Double camping here, taking all the resources we can. We have some more camps to take. No real objective coming up. Well, maybe in the next 2 minutes here we'll have a dragon. So let's see if maybe Eversio stack up in the bot lane and start counter pushing. Maybe that's the next step here. Interesting to see here. A colleague, despite his KDA, his CS, still pretty amazing there. 3 items with component as well on the way. So he's definitely very strong. Grantless actually is now farming his last bit of gold. He is 100 gold away almost for his Ramadan stat cap, so that's a big purchase as well. So it seems like Skarner is a support now. That's the best way to play him, I guess. We see the helmet there and the Solari being picked up on Skarner. The spell book for potential exhausts or ignites. All right, Nocturne no smite. Let's see. First, you're kind of seeing this Nocturne here as they play towards this bot side. Grandless on one side, Igos on the other, forcing Skill Issue to make a decision. Oh, it seems Grandless will go to the mid lane.
Now this Drake will be up in a minute. Versus should get this mid prio going, as they have gotten a large push top lane. That inhib will play a very large part in creating a nice amount of pressure on the opposite side of the map. So this Drake can be, I'd argue, pretty easily taken. As we'll see exactly what will happen here. Aglos does use his ultimate. That said, with Malignance, I mean, I do think it should be up relatively quite fast. Is living here. He does find a ward. I feel like if that ward wasn't there, he may have found a little pick. Iconic does get ulted by the Orianna, then the Nocturne. Does flash out, but he will get caught out. He's playing a bit too close. As that mid-late Lucian. Especially knowing this Drake is up, that is really not a debt you really want to give up. As Iglos is just hitting, I mean, look. Listen, I wasn't joking when I said this guy can literally just open up their base. As he flashed in, threatening to kill the Senna. Bro's a madman. Gruntless! Does not. I saw the vision. I saw the vision. I saw the vision. I think realistically you should just let Iglos do the crazy little plays here, distract the enemy team, have them go try to chase him, have him go try to stop everything while you guys take the Drake. We try to again do a little bit of tomfoolery, some joking around. It does sadly not pay off, as it does look like the soul will be denied for the side of Eversio, which is not exactly what you want to see. Again, this is realistically not a comp that scales too amazingly into the 3-4 items, as the Senna also starts to scale up. That said, I mean, that is a 5-item Gwen. I don't think it matters. Can I be honest? I really don't think it matters.
Yeah, Igros is full build here. He can pretty much one-shot anyone, literally anyone that comes in front of him. So pretty sure that's gonna be something they can confidently play towards. Um, I'd like to see more maybe sort of coordination here. I understand there's different mentalities at play at the moment. A bit of a rough game in 34 minutes as well. But overall, I mean, Eversio did the right thing here. They went for the Gwen, for the Azir. A lot of late game coming out of them. Sure, we can transition this into a victory. So Iglos sort of doing the play, but in reverse now, pushing the bot lane as Eversio start the Baron. Forcing skill issue here to pick, basically. Do we go for Baron or do we stop Iglos?
And it looks like
We do nothing.
uh,
It's
we do
okay.
nothing. We do nothing.
Um, okay, Iglos, aggressive. There's a Nocturne, but we see a Nocturne top lane.
Whoa!
Forcing the Ornn forcing the Orianna flash. Eversio now picking apart the mid lane turret down. Living finding a pull there onto the Senna. Alt misses, cleanse burned by the Senna. See inhibitor coming down here. Gwen jumping on. Igos is there. Iconic blows his out there. The Ornn not taking any damage from there. Nocturne goes in. Orianna out follows up for an Awaken and Iconic both falling here. Oh, Iconic is still alive, but now falls. Granda's in the middle here, a bit of trouble for him as Iglos is forced off. He gets the inhibitor in return, but that will not be enough to
My
finish off
God.
the game. A bit of a messy fight here. Living, not too sure. I lost track of him, but he is full health. A bit scattered there. He kind of saw the end of the fight coming before it did. All right, he's getting played with here by the Senna. Nice little dodge there on the W. That was the slow enough here. See, that's Skarner away. Yes, Skarner is a verb now.
And this is what I mean by realistically, Eversio's comp does not scale that well into the mid late and especially this late game. I would start getting a tiny bit concerned. Not too big, not too big. I mean, that was still two inhibs. SI still doesn't have any Nexus towers, although do keep in mind, we are in the new season, they do respawn. Realistically, have SI come back into the game? No, they probably need two more fights to go that way for it to happen. That said, they have stalled it for another, let's say, 2-3 minutes, maybe 4, which again just lets them catch up, lets them get items, lets them scale, which is not again something you want to see for Eversio. So we'll say this: the game has been made interesting, to say the least. Drake will be up in exactly 2 minutes, 150 right now. As Eversio, maybe if they can find a catch on their bot and mid here, will they try to find something? It looks like they will not. They will just collect the wave. Man, yeah, I mean it's a bit awkward now if you're Eversio here because you want to end the game as fast as possible, but there's no neutral objective. You don't realistically have soul. You don't have anywhere to push. But your lanes are pushing into the enemy team, so they're going to be getting gold. They also have siege minions, which of course grant 90 gold. If I'm a Versio here, I would just go S5. I would group bot lane, and I would just try to force the third inhib, and then maybe try to force out a big team fight. Hopefully, focus on the correct carries. But the ultimates from the Nocturne, the Orianna, if they keep pulling off that combo, I mean, it's gonna be very, very difficult for Versio to do anything, especially now that they've gone to the point where hey, Orianna has items. She deals big damage with that shockwave.
Yep.
Drake will be spawning in 45 seconds.
I mean, Awaken and Iconic are just blowing up on this Orianna alt combo. So yeah, this goes to show maybe a bit of better decision making from skill issue there. Could have resulted in a just easier match overall. But Senna's happy to take all this CS, all these little sort of advantages here, all the souls, a lot of range for her and good damage. However, you need to find a way to close this out now. They don't have Baron anymore, which is a big way to close out games these days. Dragon is coming up, let's see. Could also be a way to win the fights.
Goal will spawn in 2, 1. It is up. The waves are pushed. It does look like SI will try to jump onto the Gwen. Very nice flash from Eyegloss. Wow! He is able to dodge the Nocturne Orianna ult combo, and that will be soul secured for Eversio. Okay. The game has been made interesting again. What a that was it. That was a reaction time flash and a half. Wow. Look, mechanically, I am being wowed by Eversio today. I'll say that much. It does look like. Uh, Again, they may try to just reset here. I'm assuming they're looking for this Baron, which will spawn in a minute. They're basically saying, hey, we can try to force something down, or we can just wait for these neutral objectives, try to take good fights around them, and just end that way. Perfectly fair. As here comes Living with that teleport. He's on. He's in.
Shut up. Living with that teleport. The spellbook's corner of destiny.
I don't know. I love Spellbook Carter, man. I think it's good. I actually think it's good. Like I'm not joking. I'm not trolling. I think it's good. I just
Kapachangus.
what a TP and a half, man. It did nothing.
All right. Snap back
Oh,
to
right.
reality.
Back to reality. We do see, of course, Iglos splitting bot lane. The Baron is coming up soon. Realistically, here they're gonna try to contest this. Iglos does have TP. Hopefully, he can drag 1, 2 people down bot and then TP himself.
We have
As of course,
seen
the enemy.
CYN in the chat. What's the score? We are 0-0 in a best of three series. As you can see, we are at the 40-minute mark. We might be in for a long ride, dear viewers. Hold on to your popcorns and to your coffees. All right, guys,
We
for
might not
sure,
be here
this
for
is the
long.
yeah, this should be the last fight, right? No, 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 no. Last fight for Eversio, but potentially for skill issue, they might have another two more fights in them. Let's see,
I
let's
like
see.
they have 2 more fights.
So once again, a bit scattered here. Eversio are hovering sort of mid bot, sorry, mid top and jungle. But let's see. Iglos pushing in with the wave. Nice, nice. We seem to be calm, cool, and collected, playing together. Skillish, you already have the ball on Nocturne ready to deliver the pain that is a gyrating orbital ball with a shockwave. Ciao, ciao.
Nuclear missile versus coughing baby. All 7 warrior.
Yeah. I mean, junglers here still on 5 items. That's why it's always the jungler's fault that the
I
game
say, man,
is.
as long as you're saying it.
Yep. See,
Onyx does take a tiny bit of poke.
oh, but a chunky heal there from Awaken. I bet they're going to use the ult on Nightgloss, are they not?
Oh,
Ooh. All right, I
Iglos
was
is
not
damaging
giving them
hard.
that space. Yeah, that's Gwen Forey with the blue pot as well. There it
Yell
is.
does come in.
All right,
Oh,
Iconic flashes.
he
Oriana
flashed
ult.
it away, which means that Nocturne did not have the Oriana ult on him. That is Oriana dead. And now they're a bit
Ah,
mispositioned. As the
here we
Senna
go.
and the Ornn trying to fight down. And I mean, this looks like the game is over. I'm going to be completely
I
honest.
like that Living took Oriana far away, and now we get to see a nice little team fight here. Oriana now uses her ultimate. It's a bit late.
Double Zonias.
Versio pick up a nice and easy victory here. There we go. Iconic popping off with the 1v2. Takes down the bot lane.
Okay.
Revenge. It only took 43 minutes for the solution to pop off. Let's go! Eversio! Ever win, never win, never win. 1-0, let's go. Ho, 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 ho. Easy peasy Japanese. Oy, oy, oy. And that's how we
Always
do
the
it
question.
in the pasticcination of Malta.
What call that the
Mala, mala.
postination?
Come on, guys. So I will take, let's say, 2 to 5 minutes just to see how the lobby is getting set up. I'll be right back. What a great game one, huh? 45-minute banger, a lot of fights. Still a bit shaky on the teamwork of Eversio. We still need to figure out how to play with Grantless and match his style and his energy for us, okay? So we'll have to wait and see. Guys, stay tuned. Get yourself some tea, some coffee, some nice crisp cold water. It's
Some
summer,
popcorn.
and me and Nano will be right back. I do, ciao.
Ciao, ciao.
Yeah. And we are back. Good, good, good. All right. I'm not gonna talk too much. The draft has started unexpectedly, so let's get into it. Good, we can see. Nano is still here with me. Hello, Nano.
Hello, hello, hello.
All right. So let's see. Lilia banned again, Varus banned again. They learned their mistake. We're not banning Yasuo and Yone. Can see some champions, of course, cannot be played. This is Nemesis draft, guys. Nemesis draft. It means that champions that have been played cannot be played now. So yeah, there is the rundown. As Nano pointed out during the break to me, this means we will not be seeing Lucian in the next games, which is great.
Let's
Um,
go.
Now, skill issue picking up the Mel. According to my notes, both support and mid lane are very good on Mel. So this is once again something they can play in both roles. Let's see what the first you respond to it. Mel usually wants something that has a good engage. Ideally, the engage doesn't come from a long range ability like Sejuani or Ashe. See Victor being covered here. Victor, a great champion overall, of course, and we do know that Grantless does play this champion for a while, so he is getting locked in. Mel
Let's
against
go.
Victor, not too sure how that plays out. Honestly, I have no idea. What do you think, Nano? If it was to be in mid lane?
Uh, if this is a strictly mid lane matchup, I mean, I think it's pretty Victor favorite. Realistically, any champion that can sort of just ignore the fact that Mel has a W, will just beat Mel out. As of course, it does look like we will have Ash into Mel. Okay, unsure about that one.
Yeah, I was saying prior that ideally your engage doesn't come from some long range ability. The Ashe can get easily reflected here, so that is something to pay attention to as well. Let's see. Jin now, another long range choice here from the side of skill issue. Now, according to my notes here, Jin is played by the AD carry, but perhaps is not one of his better champs. So this is something that Eversio could potentially abuse here. Let's see. Skill issue need to win this game to continue on the series. So they must win this. So I assume they're giving it their utmost in this in these picks. Sion being hovered. According to my notes, Sion is not a champion that their top laner plays. So a bit interesting. Not sure if Sion can go jungle maybe,
This
but
may be Nemesis draft, but it's clear that skill issue has Baus in the top lane.
for sure, for sure.
Let's see what Eversio picks for R3 here. As Yorick, what's going on? What is
Uh,
going on?
Ducky correcting me in the chat. My apologies. Sorry, you are totally right. It's pronounced Fearless Draft, not Nemesis. Nemesis means that your champs get chosen for you, and we're definitely not doing that. So yeah, sorry about the confusion. It is called Fearless Draft. Is that? Oh yeah, I goes on Yorick apparently. Huh? But yeah, I mean, he fits the
Will, will,
category, right? Like
will we
Darius,
see
like
living
Kulawi.
with Yorick jungle? Will we see living with Yorick jungle?
Yeah, I don't know about that one. Just doesn't feel his style, but maybe. Interesting skill issue here, potentially banning out the Lulu. We do know that their support player plays a lot of Lulu. He's really good on it. Jarvan now being, however, potentially banned. Does Living play a lot of Jarvan? I'm not too sure about that, but it's great to see if it gets banned out. Kind of missing the point there. Eversio here, kind of seeing what their next pick. The Jarvan ban might just be because Eversio ban out the Xin Zhao. Jarvan, kind of a really strong champion, but Xin Zhao does exist to neutralize him. We could see some players play for Vi. Both Eversio and Skillishue like to play this champion. So I think there's some good coverage for a Vi. And Skillishue kind of need a bit more maybe damage or nah, they're good. They're good. It's Ashe, it's Victor. These champs aren't known for their tankiness. So Eversio here, they need some good engage. I like the Vi. I like a Rel with her too. I think it would go really nice into the Meljin. Um,
I think this is a Rel angle. I do agree. I think Rel makes clearly the most sense. I think if you're picking anything here, but uh, okay, I can. mm,
It's like the two
mm,
champions I didn't want to play against Mel are getting covered now. But we'll see, we'll see. All
Okay,
right, it is
I'm
locked.
not too big of a fan of Sejuani here again, especially against the Mel. Uh,
Yeah, I thought the Vi would be a bit of a no-brainer as well, especially against these kind of champs like Mel. No dashes, even the Jin, so you can kind of like repeat gank them with Q. Sejuani though, strong champion overall. She's only gonna have synergy with Yorick so far, who's gonna be in the top lane pushing, not really contributing to many team fights. Not too sure what's
you
going on there.
can.
And that's Volibear jungle. There you go. So Volibear for sure wins early to mid game against the Sejuani, potentially even outscaling her, and can deal with the Victor and the Ashe at the same time, sort of ignoring all CC, jumping to the back line, and one-shotting them to some extent. So I really like the Volibear pickup from skill issue. This time, Eversio, I don't know. The draft I'm a bit iffy about. So the last picks are Leona. Wow. Leona, not one of the better champs their support plays. That's also good to know.
It
Volibear
is an
is
eco.
okay. He changed to Nico. Nico is also not a champ. He's played almost at all, according to my notes again. And in jungle, we've never played the Volibear as well. It's kind of interesting. There were so many champions both teams played, and we're kind of picking champs we don't really play around with. But I mean, Volibear is not that difficult, I guess. If you've played him before, pretty sure you can play him again. So let's see. DMG just used Sion in game two. It was Sion into Yorick as well. All right. So Sion getting the extra health maybe from
Oh,
the
please do
ghouls.
not pick Seraphine. Okay. Yeah, I am. I'm not particularly a fan of versus draft here.
Guys,
I
it was a Mel first pick. Are you for real?
I
We
don't.
have like three champions here with critical engage abilities that all could get like easily bounced back here, guys. Hi, okay, so let me not break my head here, okay? It's just Mel, maybe a verse you are confident, like how to play against her, and they have their own plan. If it was not Mel, let's have a look at it from that
I
perspective. It was
I
not
think
Mel.
irrespective, I think Mel can like be changed for any other mid laner here, and I don't think these champions make sense.
Oh
Uh,
no, I definitely like the champions. I'm not against the champions. I like that they went for like an engage and Victor does the damage. That's the kind of vibe I'm getting. I more don't like the comp of skill issue. They have Nico kind of wanting to go in. Volibear going in is okay, but I think more he wants the backline, so he wants that
Nico
flank.
wants to be engaged on. Jin, realistically, if he plays correctly, cannot be engaged on. Mel wants to deflect engage skills. Sion doesn't care if he's engaged on. And Volibear doesn't really mind being engaged on. So I don't really see why you would play an engage comp, especially when you have a champion like Victor, who generally speaking wants to play this sort of like mid-rangey poke control kind of
Nah.
play
Don't
style.
don't get me wrong, if Volibear gets CC'd, he's not gonna be a threat in this game at all. And if that's the only frontline they're bringing to the table, Jin and Mel will not have damage to completely. Well, it's Sejuani, but at least she has the Seraphine heals as well. That's my problem. It's just about synergy, right? Like a versus comp, it has synergy. Skill issues comp, it doesn't have that kind of synergy. They can poke from Mel Jin, maybe Nico in inverted commas, but Nico kind of wants, like you said, people to engage into her, or maybe finally engage herself. Um, but yeah, if, like let's say Living is gonna be in the front, right? And like Nico tries to knock him up or something, he gets a big Seraphine on two, three people. Seraphine hits the back line, and then we drop the Victor ult. I just think it's kind of a strong pull off as well, if it were ever to be like that. But I think Mel
I
getting really ahead here could be a problem.
I think this is a Yorick against the world kind of game, and I'm not even like I'm not even no I'm not even like I'm not joking. I'm not even trolling. I honestly think this is a can Yorick get ahead and be like such a large nuisance that you can't ever realistically like ignore him, or is he just gonna go even, and then will Eversio try to engage, and if one spell gets deflected back, or Nico manages to like disengage, or Sion can get a flank in. Um, then you kind of just get run over. Uh, I do also think this is the kind of game that's probably going to get decided by around 20-25 minutes. If Eversio have not established like a prominent lead around that time, I'm pretty sure they fall off a cliff.
Um, yeah, you're kind of right, to be honest. I kind of agree with you. Ash, very early game centric.
Victor very early mid. I mean,
Seraphine is really good, like mid to late-ish, but yeah, I mean the alts could change fights, but I don't see it like. I mean, Nico's
Yeah,
kind of on the same page, right? But if
yeah, the
Seraphine
main issue
support
is
is
their
your
ults could change fights, especially if Mel flex them. That's
yes, yes,
that's kind of the yeah. I mean,
and Mel can realistically stop a lot of what Giovanni wants to do. She can probably one-shot Victor Ash as well on the back line. If she gets some damage across there. Volibear as well if he doesn't get like insta burst within the CC chain. And I'm sure he can buy like potentially what would you want here? You would want like the a lot of magic resist. So you could buy like kinetic runic or what's it called, but and survive that burst and then go on to mauling everyone on a Versus team. Um, yeah, I
do
mean,
not get me wrong. Do not get me wrong. If this Yorick gets ahead and just becomes a huge menace, constantly pushing down towers, I do actually think he can win the game by himself. I genuinely do believe this. I know it's a team game. I know that we're playing in professional play. I know the teams will react. I don't think they can actually react to a fed Yorick. That said, if Yorick goes even, or like not too far ahead, I don't think Yorick can actually do anything. So again, I think we'll honestly see the deciding fights as opposed to last game where they happened more in the like 35, 37, 39 minutes a lot earlier. This will be in the again like 20, 15 minutes fights. These will be the fights that actually decide. So I'm expecting this game to be a lot more action packed. I do not want to see Eversio, or anyone shouldn't want to see Eversio lay back, not fight, not try to engage, not try to do more risky plays because they kind of can't afford to. They have to play more aggressive because this is the comp that they've played. So I'm curious how Versio plays this more sort of like aggressive run them down comp, get kills, force objectives, because it's not particularly a style I think I've seen Versio play. Generally speaking, I think we see them more as the let's farm up the mid game and then just beat them because we're a better team. We know our win conditions and we know our ally win conditions more. We trust each other more. So yeah, I mean this is gonna be it should be at least a different style of Versio. So to that extent, I am excited to see how this game plays out. Um,
yeah, I
also,
mean,
I've got
well said. We don't
yeah,
really have that crutch. So to take bad fights because if time goes on, Eversio are going to fall behind. A bit tricky to handle this type of comp. You definitely need to play a bit on your toes. But let's see what they got for us as we are going in the game at the moment. I will be swapping on over soon. You like to comment about skins, so I guess Eversio win this one, right? A clear skin
uh,
advantage for
I mean,
Eversio.
come on, clear skin advantage for Versio. That counts for something.
Apologies. All right, so let's fix things
Jin
up
playing
here.
a legendary skin that doesn't even change his animations. Sag. Again, keep in mind, unironically, every second counts for the first 15-20 minutes of the game to see if a Versio can get ahead. So I am excited from minute one. Will we see something crazy? Will we see? It does. It seems like it's just going to be a standard hover. Nothing crazy. No invades. They have not done Whipple walks. Arcano and Fizz are just moving. It's very silent. It's very quiet.
Yes, classic 5 point start here. Nothing much to see. Everyone's just kind of defending their sides. No one's gonna invade. Everyone's handshaking and starting off the game on equal footing. Hello, Ghost BZ. Thank you for joining us in the chat. I hope you enjoy what you see. Eversio 1-0. 1-0 for Eversio in this best of three series. Sort of skill issue. They need to really win this if they want to continue. So let's see. All right. So it should be Victor favored as you said, right? So we'll see how
Yeah, I
that
mean,
goes.
realistically, Victor's these type is one of those kind of mages where he's just so annoying to lane against. His E has so much range. He has so much poke. His Q provides so much trading power. That is an early barrier. But I mean, this is honestly what you want to see. You want to see Aversi just kind of go ham and just be super, super aggressive.
Especially with the Ash there. You can definitely start walking up small slow. can get a root from Seraphine as well.
They did manage to spot out the Volibear pathing towards the top side. This is one of the big strengths of Ashe. The fact that you can actually tell exactly like, hey, jungler's over here. Uh, Being able to basically take that away from the jungle does create a lot of safety, especially against these champions like Volibear, who, I mean, their only real engage is running up to you.
And
You
scaring you,
see?
of course.
And
Um,
scare you.
yeah.
Wild bear attack.
See
Uh,
Iglos here finding a nice trade, but Sion will get some extra help from his ghouls potentially. Or not. Half health now.
and Yorick is such a silly champion. I'm gonna be honest, I don't know what kind of black magic they did with his recent rework. I just know that this champion has been absolutely crazy.
I'm pretty sure Riot Games themselves don't know, my friend. But it's there. It's all there in the numbers if you look at them. I'm assuming here the Eversio bot like want to recall. Seraphine here Awaken is falling low on mana. He's not gonna be offering much from that point. Ooh. Let's keep in mind the flash is available for Volibear. He could go aggressive into someone and flash on top of them if they do sort of extend above the mid range.
It is tense. You can cut the tension with a knife right now. You can tell that Eversio just needs to get ahead, and I mean I think they've recognized that they are playing a lot more aggressive than they usually do. They've realized, hey, if we don't scale, or like, well, no, we don't scale. That is literally what they are thinking. Hey, we don't scale. We need to get some fights going. We need to start fighting. As Iglos seems to have gotten the memo, and he is just smacking the sign around. Will he be able to get a kill or two? That is a big question, as he has recalled for a call. We do not see that often. Well, this is
Let's
getting a
see.
bit dangerously
Call
long.
Yorick for Mr. Iglos. He realized that the last game was a 45-minute banger and he will have time to fill up his cup.
Let's for Versio's sake, let's hope that this is not a 40-minute banger. Although realistically, I doubt this game even going to 30 minutes. Although who knows? I mean, I've been wrong before. I'll continue to be wrong, so this very well may be another 40-minute. As this Scion is low on mana, low on health, probably has to just take a recall here. This Yorick champion, why does he get to do this? I'd like to see
Fundamentals. Where is Mundo?
Fundamentos. Are
All
we
right.
allowed to play the songs on stream? Can we play push?
No, 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 no.
As we do see here, the Volibear has been spotted on the top side. Will Eversio try to force out an early Drake? It does look like it. They will be patting towards this Drake and they will be forcing it down. Again, this is kind of what you want to see. This like very aggressive, hey, he showed top, we run. We do Drake right now, right now. Like no hesitation, we just do it. Because this Emax on Mel is just a very annoying threat. Onyx will of course take a lot of damage. The barrier does come out a bit late. Does not block a lot of damage.
See, Catalyst now built by Grantless. So that should sustain him a bit better in lane here. Seeing again the Giants belt rush here from Living. Living 2 games in a row on tanks. It's not the first time. Sorry, it's the first time I've seen him play tanks. Not to mention back to back as well, bringing back some of that Brickung vibes with the Sejuani.
Pro got coached. So we'll see the Yorick do Yorick things.
Sion getting skill issued there by Maiden, of course. Iconic pushing in the bot lane wave. as Eversio want to take this reset and potentially play for the grubs here with the Ashe, with the Seraphine ult. See, Iglos not going to recall, but is moving into this river.
This may be Gruntless, tiny bit caught out. Not enough to kill him, but he is in a bad position as grubs are spawning. I should say, are about to spawn. Not exactly something you'd like to see from your mid laner if you are living. As we will see that grubs will spawn in 5 seconds. But it's a tad difficult. It's a tad difficult to actually reach this grub spawn. Not exactly sure about the Rod of Ages Victor, especially after they took away his mana scaling with his rework. I am curious what's gonna happen here, as it does seem like one of the grubs will be taken away for the side of SI.
Iglos has flashed in the moment, so it seems like Living playing for the smite, but he does get outsmited. A bit hard to challenge that, and they are blocking his Q at the moment. A flash from Living to get the Q off. Volibear ults and then Living ults himself, but now a flash from Volibear to follow suit, and that's first blood on Volibear as Living falls. Sion flashes now straight into a Yorick cage. So yeah, a bit maybe too much aggro there from the Sion perhaps, but overall a nice play from Skill Issue here, also securing those double grubs. In the meanwhile, Iconic in the bot lane, he had free reign on this turret, and he got a lot of plates, a lot of CS as well. 20 CS lead for Iconic.
My gloss. No! Thank you, the minion. Look, I won't sugarcoat it. That fight was not what you wanted to see. Especially again with them playing this type of comp where you need to get really ahead early game, and it's not really happened. It's not really happened. It does look like Maiden trolls a bit. Does take 2 tower shots. This may be the end of Maiden. Maiden will be banished to the Shadow Realm.
Rod of Ages Roa now complete for the Victor. Something to make note of.
And again, it's so Rod of Ages with its current identity exists as an item to help you get through that laning phase. It's not an item you build to scale. It's an item you build to be able to exit lane without losing too much, and then once it eventually stacks, reach a relative amount of power like other starting items for mages. But when you're playing Victor into Mel, when you're playing this kind of comp, when you need this early game damage, it makes you question exactly like what is sort of like going through the mind of Gruntless when he builds this item. It could just be, hey, I just want Rod of Ages because I think the healing is nice, which is perfectly fine. Although I do hope it is recognized that, hey, we don't actually win if this game goes too far along. We don't actually have enough damage to do anything if this game goes too far.
Engage here by Awaken, and there goes the Jhin. Iconic getting the kill, the Eversio bot lane. Eversio in general just kicking up the gas here. We see Gruntless ulting the Mel, getting a lot of damage across the board. So they did hear you, Nano. They will play aggressive, and they will get that. Let's see here. Living is here as well. And the remainder of Eversio follows suit as well. Awaken is here, Iconic is here, Gruntless is here, Volibear ults. Nice little sidestep by Living. What a sidestep. Living playing it perfectly. And Eversio taking the next kill on their agenda here. That's a Cosmic Drive Volibear getting taken down.
That's more like
no. Awaken. Ooh. Okay. We're good.
I will say this. That top lane tower has 2 platings left. What happened? I swear I blinked and the tower's almost dead.
Yep, that's Yorick for you, right? It's always gonna be that way.
It's always gonna be that way, and this is of course a lot more like it. They have gotten a pretty nice advantage, I'd say. And a kill on the Ashe, a kill on the Victor is always something that you want to see. Victor again with these kills. It's a shame he didn't get an assist on that first kill. But Victor, I mean, getting kills and assists, of course, does go crazy. Getting his ability upgrades earlier is what you want to see. As the Drake is available for the side of Eversio. Volibear is top side. I wonder if they know this. He will be spotted on this Drake, and it does look like he's getting pinged. Although they have started it, so they very well may just rotate and take another early Drake, which is good to see. SI not really respecting these early objective fights. Kind of just letting Eversio do whatever they want. They will, of course, invade topside at the very least. Try to at least take away some gold. Living seemingly just wants to go back farming and does not want to risk finding the Volibear in his bot side jungle. Going for the invade. This is kind of what you want to see. On his, as you see, Palo plays as for results. We are currently 1-1. This is the second game of Fearless Draft. As this may be a 3-man top lane.
One
They
one
may
one
be
zero
1-0, 1-0.
one
My bad,
zero
my
one
bad,
zero.
my bad. I'm hallucinating. 1
All
1
right.
0 1-0.
Let's see here. The three-man gank on Iglos.
Oh, what?
We flashed into it, but
Oh,
yeah, it
what?
does take him down.
He saw two Volibears and he got confused. What happened there? And
Yeah.
this, we could be doing the same thing on the bot side. The turret plating has fallen. Hopefully this will be a first tower for the side of Eversio. It is. The ultimate does come out for the Victor. It is not enough to kill the Mel. Okay, a bit of a hiccup. We are reaching the 50-minute mark zone, which is of course a bit scary for Eversio, especially since they haven't really done anything too large. But it does look like SI are done waiting as they are going to jump onto Gruntless here. This Volibear is not able to play the game. And that is a Mel. Mel plays a little bit too close and she will be eaten down by the Victor. And that will be feats of strength.
Yeah, that's Volibear for you. I kind of saw that coming. He needs to get some more like tenacity and sort of resistances to be able to get his damage across. If he gets CC'd here, most of the champions on Eversio have some kind of like hard CC. He will have a hard time. He needs to get repeated Ws off and he needs to be able to tank some of the CC with his ultimate. Now transitioning Igos to the bot lane and Versio's bot side to the top lane to get that next turret onto Iconic. Iconic in a bit of a hard shell there, Awaken getting a nice little ult there to try and poke them off of them. But a bit of miscommunication there as Iconic goes back in. Let's see if Living can help Awaken as the flash from Volibear coming out. Flash for flash, Awaken flashes as well. Volibear getting CC chained here, he's dropping very low and Awaken finishes him off. It's now Sion and Living and Awaken all together here fighting off. Does seem like everyone goes back to where they came from. So there we go. Nice little fight coverage there. Grantless still trying to find his win against this Smell. He is approximately the same in items, and yeah, but so far hard winning this lane matchup. Let's see
I have
how it
genuinely
goes.
no idea what just happened. Genuinely no idea. As it does look like Gruntless will try to kill the Mel. It is barely not enough. Gruntless now a bit low. The Jhin ult will finish him. So we get a little bit of Eastern music on the kill on Gruntless. As Iglos will go down again, it seems like. And I have no idea what's going on. Top tower does look like it may go down the side of Iconic, but of course the Mel says nope. Say goodbye to your wave.
Yeah, if Skittish can keep on sort of stalling here, they have a great win condition in their midst. But we see that Living is going to try and stop them from holding. They're going to try and attempt a dive here on the Smell. The remainder of Skittish is not around to help out. Dragon will be coming up soon, so let's see if Eversio can take down Mel, take the tower, and then get Dragon. It does seem like it will work out. So Mel is down. There goes the tower. Now we should recall for Dragon. Or keep pushing.
Doesn't look like we
We're
will.
gonna
It
go
seems like
for
we will
Herald.
trade.
But it will
Okay, Herald.
put Skill Issue on Soul Point. Just keep that in mind. To see
What?
mid lane here getting some pressure here. Awaken is here as well alongside of Grantless. Both of them sort of pushing into this turret.
As Arcano comes in, he's jumping on this wall. Did he juke the Seraphine ult?
Okay, I know Volibear just traded for Seraphim, which is hella worth for Eversio, but I'm really rarely ever seen Awaken play this much sort of in your face in the enemy's face, especially on a champ like Seraphim. He got caught out, but in return, at least Eversio do return the favor and opts to go for the Hextech Dragon. I think this is a smart choice. This dragon offers a lot more than the Herald does, especially denying the soul point and overall the stats this dragon gives, the cooldown reduction, the attack speed. See Sion engaging here onto Living, Living, falling, dangerously low. Iconic is now kiting back this time, but dealing little to no damage. He is slowly but surely following though. Jin lays off his ult, he has good range here onto a lot of enemies. Living falls to the Jin. Iconic forces a flash the wall. Eyeglass is here, drops the maiden. Sion is still the main focus of Eversio. He's still at around that half HP mark. No damage on him. No one has Leandris. No one has Blade of the Ruin King. Sion falls, but Nico gets a great ult on Eversio. Yorick is traded as well. Argos falling down there. Sion passive goes hard here. Iconic without flash falls second there. No members from Skittish are falling. As we see now, the remainder of Eversio here getting caught out. Gruntless is next with the root from Jin, and we see the Volibear cleaning house with Awaken being the only member of Eversio surviving this moment. A bit of a tragedy here, as we said. They do need these early game leads. So it's skill issue, kind of finding these wins and taking the objectives. It's a bit hard of a game. It just became a lot harder. I don't know. I'll leave it up to you, Nano. What do you think about what we just saw? A lot of
I don't.
things went down.
I don't know what's going on. I'm gonna be completely honest. Um, it. Look, I'm just gonna say it. Gruntus is building to deal 0 damage. He has a Rod of Ages, and it seems like he's building Riftmaker second. I don't know.
No, that's
Obviously,
potentially bloodletters, right? To get, but I think
oh, it could be Bloodlet. That's not better. To
yes,
be
I
honest with
agree.
you,
I
it's
agree.
not better.
They
Uh,
really need some damage for this Volibear, and the Ash went for the Yuntal. I mean, she will take down Volibear just a bit later.
Rod Bloodletters is currently meta in Pro. Maybe for mid-game comps. I do not think for an early game comp like this, where the game is decided in 20 minutes, which it is, by the way. Uh, I don't think you're allowed to play Victor like this. Uh, I can understand it making sense in mid-game comps, especially when you have a secondary AP champion who you want to help
Accelerate a bit.
accelerate a bit.
Yes, but
Maybe with some sort of strong mage support, some sort of strong mage AD carry. Uh,
oh, what a great W reflect there! But there comes out the ultimate. So you don't
hey,
dodge my small one. Here, have my even bigger one. Ah, moment. All right, so let's see here. Ooh, the angry bear is jumping onto Awaken here. Awaken flashing away the Jin ult coming through, but it does take him down. Awaken, not sure what's going on with him today. He's staying very in your face compared to his usual sort of play style. See, Eversio might need to concede this Rift Herald. In the meanwhile, though, Iglo's doing really well on his lane assignment.
this game in general is just weird. I'm not going to be completely honest. As we do see, Iglos, like you said, pushing down that bot side. The ally Drake was, the Drake will spawn in about 3 minutes. Baron, of course, spawning just half a minute later than that. So I am curious exactly which one we are going to be going towards. Uh, yeah, it's a very odd game. I'll say that much. Could they could just rush Atakan here, and I don't think they can contest. Can Eversio contest Atakan here? I'm unsure. They'll definitely try, as it does seem that they've recognized that hey, they're taking Atakan. We need to try to stop them. Although I will say I'm not sure if they are even able to. Again, and this is kind of why like drafting yourself in these type of corners just
Well, that's a
really
quick Atakan.
Ruin the game. Oh
Ah,
no.
Hyglos kind of pushing a bit hard his luck there. Do we find the Jin here? A lot of damage onto Living. The fight's barely started, but Jin
Does
is
look like the
found.
Jin has been found.
There
Very
goes
nice
Mel.
little
And
micro
here
from
is the
Living.
strength of the engage against these long-range champions instantly falling. In return, we trade Awaken for the Volibear, which is A-OK. And now here comes the raid boss. It is Sion, ladies and gentlemen. The unkillable Demon King from hell. But yeah, no, literally no one's touching this guy at the moment. But yeah, good win for Eversio here. A lot of damage coming out from Iconic in that fight. You can see the tier 2 turret is being pushed on as well in the meanwhile, and that was teleport from this Scion used. While Iglo still has his and will be teleporting down to the bot lane. This could be a potential tier 2 turret in the bot lane and even in the top lane if somebody decides to go for Iglos instead of for Gruntless. Let's see. Oh, Gruntless so close to it, but such discipline from him to walk back in such a scenario. He knows the enemies are here, and he might need to trade himself for the tower just before the Herald spawn. So let's see, Aiglos running for his dear life. The Volibear stun just ran out. There it goes. He will get stunned most likely very soon. Awaken is here. Awaken might get caught for his teammates' troubles. Let's see, Living is on the
This
way as well.
Volibear is very much me as he is starving and he will take a bite out of Eyegloss. 1-5 on the Yorick, not what you want to see. Especially on a comp that kind of relies on him being a bit of a threat in the side lane. As this Drake will spawn in 30 seconds. Eyegloss technically will be up, there are gates available. This is in fact a Hextech Soul. What a... Man, there is no other way to describe this game besides weird.
What a
Wow, that is such
cleanse!
ingecuous. Yes,
What a
wow.
cleanse from this Jin, my god. Did anyone see that on stream? That guy
Check this
pressed.
man's PC.
Jesus Christ.
Vanguard, where are you? Wow, very well played on the side of Soxek. I believe is how to say his name.
If anyone has no idea what's going on, Ash should have stunned the Jin, but Jin pressed his cleanse ability to remove.
Charge!
Let's
As
see,
it
let's
does look
see.
like Living. I mean, he is getting bombarded with ultimates.
But
Will it
he's
be
still
enough to take him
alive.
down?
Alright,
Yes.
he does fall sadly though.
That will
To
be another Drake for the side of SI. And I mean, yeah, look, 25 minutes is here. Eversio has not been able to close out the game. Uh, I may be a bit of a broken clock sometimes, but I think this is one of the two times I'm right. Eversio's comp does simply not scale. So I am curious, maybe there's a few cheeky picks, maybe a Baron fight gone wrong for the side of SI that they can try to pull out. But it's hard. It's very hard. Uh, as it does seem like Victor will be going a Rabadon's third item. It can't be good, right? Like it
no, no.
unironically cannot be good.
We need like some Leandries, I think, or something. But oh, it's
It's kind
Rift
of
Maker second.
yeah. It
What
can't
is
be good,
this?
right? Like it cannot be good.
Vegetarian Victor, huh?
it
Alright,
it doesn't make sense in my head. I don't know.
it's gonna be
Maybe
healing
I'm
a
wrong.
lot at least.
He's definitely gonna be healing a lot. He's gonna be definitely tanky. Is he gonna deal damage? Maybe not. Probably not. I would probably like to see a maybe a Rabadon a bit earlier. Maybe a Blackfire. Maybe
You know, I
use
kind
the
of like
secondary
it
item.
if you're playing for those Victor Al 3 sets, you know, you kind of want to stay alive, maybe. A lot
If
of
you're playing for this
sustain
sort
com
of yeah, if you're playing for this sort of like resetty, long, drawn out kind of comp fights, then I think it makes sense. With a versus sort of like quickly engage, quick run in, Sejuani ult, Ash ult, run in, fight, fight, fight. I think it's maybe
Yeah,
not the best.
I tend to agree as well on that maybe.
As Gloss, I mean, he's trying his best, but he is quite behind here. Being even items with a tank Scion is not exactly something you want to see for your Yorick. And the worst part is he can't even like walk up and hit the tower here because his minions are giving him aggro.
On the other side there, Baron has spawned. We do see Volibear and the remainder of Eversio kind of staring each other down.
Mel and
Iconic.
Volley aren't the most skilled champs. I think you are underestimating just how much damage Mel's passive can deal in the late game. Uh, I'm 100% serious when I say this. I think this champion is completely misunderstood. It's a very weird champion. It is an artillery mage that is not that good early game, but is crazy good in the mid late. It's like a reverse Vel'Koz, if that makes sense. Although to be fair, Vel'Koz isn't exactly a horrible champ later game. Anyway, uh, as this Baron has spawned, if you're Eversio, what do you want to do here? You kind of want to rely on Eyegloss's split push. You want to hope that he can sort of drag out some one or maybe preferably two people on the side and try to contest some sort of objective. That said, Eyegloss is so behind. I mean, he's just now building his Cyrildas. It's 27 minutes. He's genuinely so back as the Ash ult does land, but here comes Nico, and this is just gonna be a reverse pick. The Mel reflects the Seraphine ult, and it does look like the Volibear will go down. Here comes the Mel. The ultimate does come true. That'll be 3 kills for the Mel. And man, this is kind of what we've been saying since the draft. I mean, you cannot draft this way into a Mel, especially into a comp that just loves being engaged on. Iconic hits a very nice Ash ult. It hits the Jhin. But there's a Nico who loves getting engaged on, and so she's gonna engage back. There's a Volibear who loves engaging, especially even if you're under a tower, who's gonna go in. There's a Mel who's gonna reflect your attempt to engage back. It's just so hard to play an engage comp into theirs, and it's just, man. I mean, SI are kind of playing with their food here. They should just immediately go straight to the Baron, even if the jungler is dead. Although it does look like they will probably just say, hey, we're not on a timer. Realistically, we're not the ones who need to be scared of this game going on any longer. How about we just don't take Baron and we just keep playing out the game? Perfectly possible. I mean, perfectly fine. It's a perfectly reasonable play. But man, Eversio needs to just get something done. But it is so hard into this comp. It is so hard. Man, it is. It's not looking good. It's not looking good.
It's looking good, bro.
It's not looking good. Looking horrendous.
That's okay. We're one team fight away from all the shutdowns. We got this.
You're not wrong. You're not wrong. Those 150 gold shutdowns are looking juicy.
100 gold as well on Nico. Ah, buddy.
And 100 gold. Whole first blood. Oh no, it's gone again. Oh, it's back. What's going on? Why is the shutdown going out of back?
I like what Skyfall is saying in the chat as well. I think I like Victor here in late game. It depends on the build as well. Realistically, he can literally take down everyone with a good ult.
I'm
Is
gonna
this
have to disagree.
except
I
for
think
Simon?
Victor is heavily overrated as he scales later into the game. I think Victor as a champion exists as spiking the second you unlock your ult upgrade, and then just slowly falling off in relation to other mages. He's definitely not bad. He's still a mage. He still has ratios. He's still pretty decent. I do agree. I think Blackfire Landry would have done a lot more if they are gonna play for this sort of scaling Victor, especially with the fact that his ultimate will just apply all of those ticks to everyone in the enemy team. But if you're gonna play to scale here, I mean, you do not pick Victor. I'll say that much. I think this is a
Let's see.
relatively
Living
fair
goes in
course of
here.
exception.
Once again, we are targeting this Sion. Gruntless here is seeing
He's
a lot
actually
of
going
damage.
down. This Deco hits a very large ult.
Oh, the Mel reflects the Seraphine ult as well. We see a
I
ton
mean,
of stuff happening in the middle of the fight there, but the end result is 3 for 2 at the moment, so I spoke too soon, 4 for 2. And maybe that's a clean
oh,
ace.
oh,
Oh, a Kodak with the godlike mechanics there, trading Mr. Zordzek on his Jhin. Nice little bit of kiting there from Iconic. But sadly, that will be sole point here for skill issue. Wow, wow. Alright,
it's a
so a lot
very
of
nice
things
little play
going
by
there.
Iconic, but it is still soul point, and it's three Hextech souls. I mean Hextech Drakes for the side of SI on champs that all kind of enjoy it. Nico, of course, does have an attack speed steroid. Obviously, you're not going to be attacking a lot, but that cooldown reduction, getting maybe another E off, getting more Qs, more Ws, it's all things that you really enjoy as Nico. Jin, of course, loves cooldown, doesn't hate attack speed, converts it into AD. Mel, again, technically having some sort of attack speed steroid with her passive, does, of course, love the cooldown. Volibear loves both, and Sion, I mean, he doesn't care, he just likes stats. Uh, it's a very, very, very useful Drake for the side of SI, and the same way they'd be a very useful Drake for the side of Eversio. And once, if that soul is taken for SI, getting an AoE slow, I mean, I think at that point you can say that the game is over. Uh, Although, of course, we do still have 4 minutes left to see if that happens. There might be a Baron fight that completely turns the game around. You never know. So it does look like Igloss will try to kill. I mean, this is. I mean, yeah. He's putting up a fight. To be fair, he is genuinely putting up a fight. The 2 kills that he picked up did let him finish Serelda, so he does have a nice amount of pen now. Listen, I love an unintuitively good pick like the Yorick as much as the next guy, but when you're playing a champion who needs to be ahead for your team to succeed, you gotta make sure he gets ahead. It does
All
look
right.
like.
We see here skill issue completely go AWOL on a verse. Literally just dump all their abilities. For what seemed like a 30-minute brawl between both teams, this was a very clean, decisive victory for skill issue here. Big fight win. Not too sure if they're going to play towards Baron or continue the push. Seems like they go to Baron already. So with this Baron, I imagine Skirmish, you could be one team fight away from ending this game and how you say equalizing the series.
Anglos may be able to take an inhib tower here. He does. He will try to take an inhib, although Mel is here. E gets reflected. You have to appreciate Zephyr's ability to play Mel in such a way, but here comes Igloss, and he's gonna get blown up. Yeah, I mean, late game Mel. I mean, I'm serious, guys. This champion is like surprisingly strong mid late. It's a very odd artillery mage. Definitely more of a misunderstood champion. As I mean, like I've been. I mean, I sound like a broken record at this point, but like it's like I've been saying, Eversio's comp just doesn't really scale. You do not have damage. To be blunt, you don't have the right amount of utility because the Mel exists, because the Volibear exists, because the Nico exists, and because Sion exists. I mean, it's just not exactly the champions in the way that they should interact with each other. You know, it's like you've been counterpicked, and at the same time you've picked a comp which is not really fitted into a particular team. Uh, Again, the soul will spawn in a minute. There could be a catch here that could put Eversio on soul point along with SI. Although you have to, even if you are rooting for them, start to think that wow, this game is looking a bit difficult. It's looking a bit over, to be honest. That's we are in the lower bracket. The score is currently 1-0 for Eversio, which means that if SI wins this game, it will be 1-1 and will go to game 3. Of course, Fearless, meaning that none of these champions can be played again, including the Mel, who is a strong champion for both their mid and support. The curtain call is called. A little bit of Eastern music again, so desuka, as Jan would say. And it does
Oppai.
look like Opa as the
No,
Drake
no.
is spawning. Igloss is finally gotten to a point where he's able to threaten the Scion, but it's a little bit too late. As of course he is able to put on a lot of pressure, but hey man, the Scion's got so much health that he kind of just doesn't care. Where's
Low,
Igloss going? Magical journey down to bot lane.
low key, Vio versus Juani here would have been so nice as well. It
I
would
think
give
Vio
that
versus Sejuani.
extra aggressiveness early on. You can gank them out. You have that percent health damage and armor pen for the Scion as well. Could have done a lot of
Yeah.
things, but of course Sejuani had a lot of tank value as well. So maybe with her some more damage would have been appreciated. Um, um,
I think there's two schools of thought here. You either play a champion like the Vi, or I don't know, like a Jarvan who doesn't really care and can just run in and engage, even if Mel tries to reflect. Or you just pick something that does straight up damage. So you can. Honestly, I would have not hated seeing some sort of assassin here. A Talon, some sort of. Maybe even a Kane, although honestly he's difficult to pull off. Just something that can sort of say, hey, I deal damage. I don't care that you try to reflect me. I don't care that you like me engaging in you. I'm just gonna deal damage to you.
what
As
what
for
you need
support,
what you need is like
huh?
a random Brian, and whenever Mel does W, just chuck your ult at her, and she will
And
jump
you
into your
force
team.
him to engage.
GG.
uh, and I mean, if you're looking at a support pick, I honestly think no other champion fixes this comp outside of like maybe Zillion. I honestly don't know.
Hmm.
Move living down to support, force awake in the jungle, put him on Zillion duty.
No, no, is it past
uh,
bedtime? Oh, yo.
maybe,
What a,
maybe,
what a,
man.
no, no.
I'm an old man like Zillion, man.
I
I'm
don't
not
I
that.
don't blame you. Two 40-minute games back to back. Get ready for the next one. All right. Let's see.
Cannot wait.
But
Wait.
but a huge mistake. I think Skirmish should kind of have this one. But we're still playing along until then. Let's see.
Jano would have probably been fine too. Now that I'm thinking about it. As we
What
do
did the
see,
mail reflect?
Arcano, the Mel reflected nothing. Could this be the fight that Eversio has been looking for? The Volley Bear? No way.
Oh, the shield could save him here. Living flashes for it. Shut down onto living. Ah, damn. The CC getting dodged there. A lot of move speed from the gym. Let's see. Three flashes from Eversio.
Oh,
And
oh,
there's the cleanse.
Chan?
Almost got away with it.
Oh, no.
This Jin is
Disaster strikes.
kiting like a madman.
I thought it was gonna kill Aglos too, I'm gonna be honest. As man, I mean, it was so good. It was so good until it wasn't. It was so good.
That's Jin
An
flash.
Enchantress up in
Jin
an early
Jin
game
clashes
comp is troll,
cleanse.
no? Depends. So
Yes,
Zillion
yes,
is a
yes, Cardona. Yes, 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 for sure.
so an enchanter up is troll. A Zillion is not because it lets you play like
Oh,
a clown because you have a GA on.
iconic. Oh, iconic managing to get the shot down, but that's one for one. This Jin
And now here
actually
comes the
playing it
boss.
really, really cleanly. Yep, that's an ace, guys. This could be game. The inhibitor is getting attacked on. Living is here and awaken will spawn. 11 seconds from Grantless. The Baron is up in the next few minutes as well. That could be something we need to look into. Do we fight Baron? Do we ignore it? I think ignoring it is also an ultimatum. So might as well fight it for entertainment. But let's see. So Enchanter, do you think it's bad in the early game?
Most, yes. I think most enchanters are bad. Zillion is a weird one because he gives you a GA, and if you're playing an early game comp and you want to like do crazy dives and things like that, and you just want to run into the enemy team, having a GA at level 6 is kind of helpful for that. Uh, but yeah, I don't think I feel like the draft was kind of a bit a bit difficult at the fourth champion picked. I think once you locked in that Sejuani, you've kind of already set your fate. There's no real champion that can kind of pluck you out of that bit of a misplay. Trying to find the right words, as it does look like Baron will slowly get contested by SI. Man, this is a back-to-back 40-minute game. An hour and 20 minutes of Eversio contact.
There we go. Still trying to figure out the comp with Grantless in the mid lane. But yeah, as Cardona says here, Elder flip to save the game.
He's not wrong. He's honestly not wrong. No, no, no. He's completely right. I think that's the only way you win this game. This game. Uh,
I mean, hey, Eversio are still fighting, we're still in it. We need to give them our
if
full
all of
support, guys.
SI's if
Everyone
all
in
of
the chat.
SI's Wi-Fi cuts and they have
No,
to
no, no,
forfeit,
no.
I think we win.
No, no. We need to spirit bomb this. Come on, chat. We need to give Eversio our energy. Everyone, start grunting. Ah,
Ah.
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 Yes. We need to give
We can
Eversio
spirit
our
bomb
energy. Ah! Oi, oi, oi.
as
We're going crazy.
the elder is actually spawning in 30 seconds. If they want to flip this elder, they have the chance to right now.
Let's
Let's
see.
look.
Baron here, Elder is gonna get spot. Look at those gin traps, my gosh. Is he playing Girth? Oh, what? Okay, Eversio
Cooldown is gonna.
know about this,
They can't stop it.
and
This is gone.
no, they cannot stop it, my friend. This is hasta la pasta.
What?
That is a quick Baron, and
I think we
it's
missed the spirit bomb.
hmm,
I think we
hmm.
missed.
Guys, I know I was saying yeah, we need IC Cardona doing it and Mick doing it. 3 hours is not enough. We need
Trias is not
everyone.
enough.
The Elder, come on, Elder. Yeah, this is it, guys. Do you feel it, or is it just me, or is my AC broken? But the heat's turning up. Elder is here. Oh, come on, no, no. All right. Igros is there.
Nico?
Nico got. Oh, the
No!
Asphalt fails. Bit of a missed timing there. Nice. Oh, the
Oh,
reflect. Volibear is the storm. Let's see it here. Living Force to go back. Sion with a big ult. Jin getting his ult through. Oh gosh, no.
I have a migraine, man.
Sion gets sort of stopped from his queue there. They're still chasing. Living, Iconic was kiting, and he gets one shot. Living is there too.
What's going on?
Everything is exploding. Volibear is thunder falling. It's a big
I can't.
massacre
I can't.
here, and skill issue.
What's the opposite of absolute cinema? Because that's what this is.
Man, particle effects, like the explosions, the damage, the gin traps, the thunder from Volibear.
My kill
Crazy,
Bay
crazy,
season.
crazy, crazy, crazy. That's a 44-minute game.
Oh,
Wow, 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 guys. That's how we do
my
it.
head.
GG, 1-1. 1-1.
My head, man. What a what a game.
All right. We can't expect to win 2 games back to back, can we now? No, 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 it wouldn't be in the spirit of competition. So, guys, we will go on again another 2 to, let's say, 3 5-minute break. Depends. I'm just gonna be waiting on the lobby information, and we'll be right back when the lobby is set up and the draft is starting. Stay tuned on the stream. Check out the Discord if you're in it, if you want to get the announcement pop out. And we'll be right back. Nano?
I'm gonna go get some painkillers, man.
Okay.
See you guys later.
One, go. And we are back, guys. All right. So, last game, 1-1 in the series here. We are drafting still in red side, and skill issue once again banning out the Darius. So, they definitely do not want Agros on it. After what we saw, I would expect Evers to return back to some of their roots here with some maybe later game champions. I'm not sure what's left in the tank here in their arsenal. This is fearless draft, guys. Drakor couldn't make it this time around. I'm not sure if because he was studying, as he told us, but or if it's because it was fearless draft and he got scared. But either way, we are here in this position now. Rakan bend, Lilia bend, Darius bend. So far, we've seen this all before. What we haven't seen is the new picks. Thank you, fearless draft.
Thank you, Fearless.
All right. Any idea, guys, in the chat maybe what champions we might see? I am expecting Dr. Mundo to be dropped this game. I have a feeling we will see it.
نبدأ نقطع خيمن. I'll start singing.
No, please, please. This is
I
song friendly, no, sorry, ear friendly stream. We do
okay,
not
okay.
want to hurt anyone's ears. Unless chat, you want to hear uh, Nano Attack sing a song while we draft, or would you rather hear the draft? I think it's better we talk about the draft, huh? All right, skill issue, first pick. What's it gonna be? Is it gonna be Smolder? All right, we've seen this champion. Misfortune is available. I think Eversio might lean towards it, especially to give them good success. Orn is banned because he was played game one. Okay, okay, a bit unfortunate. We like to see that Orn Misfortune together, but Smolder, he needs to be punished in lane. He does fit the niche of that 44-minute game vibes. So skill issue, seeing two games back to back, 40-minute plus. Yeah, like we need the Smolder. Imagine how many stacks I would get. Versio react with a Jinx against Smolder. Jinx, great hyper-scaling champ as well. Arguably, Smolder is potentially better scaling as well, though. So a bit tricky here, but maybe Jinx has the better snowball potential. That could also be the case. Jinx Lulu from Eversio. Wow, wow, wow. Will this be another game for living on a tank? I'm not so sure what tanks are left at the moment. I think it's probably just Maokai, if that's still a thing. And let's see what skill issue here want to slot in their next picks. Something against Lulu here. We see Hui being covered. Is this Hui in the mid lane? Let's see. Um, where are my research? Where is my research to see who plays Hui? To my knowledge, their ADC can play Hui, so this might be small. They're mid, guys. This is just something I'm saying from right now. Hmm. Maybe it would help you guys on stream if I bring up skill issues OPGs like this. So you can see there the AD carry does play Hui, but Smolder for the mid lane, we've not seen that, and we've not seen Smolder from the AD carry as well. But to be fair, I mean, it's Smolder. It's not really hard to pilot, is it? Iglos GP, nice one. We haven't seen him on GP for a while now. That could be something. Let's see. It is Jace for Project Eversio. Oh my god, it's Iglos on Jace, guys. Hey, wait a minute. It could be Gruntless on Jace as well.
Could be Gruntless on Jace. You
We
never
don't
know.
know. We don't know. We don't know. Okay, okay. We'll see. We'll see. Let's see. Malphite banned. Malphite. We banned Shell as well. Okay, good. Because skill issues top laner still has to pick Malphite, Shen, and Ornn are his three best champions. So this way, I'm expecting skill issues top lane to go something like Renekton or Gnar, Ambessa or Camille. These are the champions that he typically has played. I really like the Maokai ban from skill issue. They kind of know Versio won the tank, and there's really not that many tanks left. So what do we go here? I'm really curious to find out. What other
Zac
tanks
top
could
lane,
we go?
baby.
Do we go for the Zac? It's a bit tricky against the Hui, but it could be something.
What?
Let's see.
What?
No, you don't think so. You can get feared. Shyvana. I
No,
see, I
no,
see.
not the Shyvana, bro.
All right. Well, Shyvana could be tanky, but typically it's more that AP bruiser-ish style. I guess they kind of have a sort of a poke comp there with Jace Shyvana. Jinx will kind of need help though. Shyvana won't be providing that. Skittish, we can have the option of going a hyper-aggressive jungler here that can permagank the bot lane. And Eversio won't really have an answer to that apart from Shyvana potentially stealing some camps here. I don't know. Let's see what champions he plays. He could play. I'm not understanding my own handwriting. Jesus. Okay, so Zyra, he plays Kayn, Elise. Elise could be a good champion here. He plays. Yeah. Oh my gosh. Olaf. Wow. I had a feeling about Olaf, but it's not written anywhere that he is played from the jungler. Olaf has been seen making some rounds recently, and with little CC averse you have, this might be a really good choice to pick up. Let's see. What do averse you respond with here? Is it the Anivia mid lane to counter the Olaf? Is it the Bard mid lane? Or Lulu mid lane and Bard support to counter the Olaf? Let's see.
Mundo!
Yes. Is it Mundo? Did I predict it?
Please.
Oh
Let's
yeah, yeah. I
go. I
felt
love
it, I
the
felt
Mundo.
it. So it's Mundo against Shogat. Yes, Freaky
Okay.
Freelance, sorry. You guys want to help me out maybe? What do you think this champion is? Oh wait, it's in reverse for you. Oh, I don't know. Alright, anyway, let's ignore that for now. It's Nafiri. Okay, I understand my handwriting now. Okay, but yeah, it's not Nafiri, it's Olaf. So, what do you think about initially when you if I had to tell you close your eyes now, count to 10, open them, and I show you this comp, one comp, and I show you another comp. Like what do you think is going on? Like, what do you feel?
Uh, I have genuinely no idea how to put this lightly. Um, it's it's not that bad. It's not. I'm not gonna say like, oh, it's like it's not the last comp, right? It's not the last comp where I'm like, okay, Versio have like completely kind of shit the bed. Uh, that said, I do think this is technically still an SI favorite comp, right? Uh, if you look at the way that these champions kind of want to play
The
on the
chat
side of
chat chat
SI,
seems to agree with you, but let's
uh,
see. How does
I'm not
Jace
looking.
into
I'm not
Hui
looking at
go?
yet.
What do you think
I'm
about
not.
that? Jace against Hui, how
So
does that go?
obviously, Hui basically just struggles a bit and then just perma shoves lane. At around 2025, so on those early mid fights, I mean Jace is gonna be a very, very annoying champion who's gonna have a lot of strengths. Jinx will be quite strong, Shyvana will be relatively strong. Uh, then once that 30-minute mark happens, I feel like after like 20 minutes, it's just a bit of a downward spiral. It's still gonna be like it's not gonna be crazy. Like it's not gonna be like last game where you just fall off a cliff. You are gonna fall off a moderately sized hill. You know what I mean? Uh, you do fall off, and when you have a champion like the Mundo who kind of just wants to, I mean, you guys can all open up YouTube on a second tab and just like type in the push song once he finishes his warm-ups. Uh,
So yeah,
it
Mundo
kind of
wants to
doesn't
push,
make
right?
sense.
Mhm.
Uh,
Who's gonna stop Mundo on side lane though? You tell me.
Choga to wave clear.
Nah, come on.
That
It's
Huey
all
will wave
Iglos,
clear.
baby. Iglos has this. So
And then
basically,
eventually, like Mundo's not gonna be unkillable because you have a smolder.
yeah, but I mean, Smolder is not gonna go next to Mundo. I like the comp. I think it's playing on the fact that Shyvana has a super fast clear, can get the dragons, can get the void grabs, and Mundo's pushing on the other side, right? So if they can do that, if they can combine it, and then Shyvana kind of wins every single dragon and grab fight if played correctly. She has the range, she'll deal damage. A lot of people on skill issue, and actually all of them, don't even have a dash. So it's gonna be easy, easy, easy Shyvana fireballs on them. If Wei or Smolder take two of them, they cannot join the fight. And I don't know if Nautilus and Cho'Gath can do it. Sorry, Nautilus and Olaf. Now, Olaf, who's going to stop him? I think that's a valid question, but I think combined burst here, if like we get the Shyvana E, Jace combo, some Jinx damage, I think Olaf shouldn't be that ahead. Let's not forget this Olaf jungle, alright? He doesn't have the opportunity to proxy or go through lane or get some kills through lane. He should start falling off around level 6. Shyvana will get the level 7, level 8 much quicker, and she should, in theory, be having a lot of jungle camps on top of him. So let's see how that goes. And he can ult out every time Olaf is trying to engage. That's kind of my take on the matchup. But overall, some clear weaknesses Eversio have. They don't have a dedicated front line. With a Jinx Lulu, nonetheless, I think that's a really weird sort of combination. I would have really liked maybe MF with this. I think MF would have fit fine. Sort of abuse the chaos, just chuck the ult, and forget about it, you know. But Jinx, Lulu, they kind of want to play that front to back. Um, guessing Shyvana too, being like kind of that poke-ish champion, but Shyvana never wants to go in. So they have a bit of trouble even checking late game bushes, sort of track vision and find engages. They don't have a dedicated engage Eversio, contrary to the last game. They went full engage. Skillers who have engaged through Nautilus have follow up through Hue and Cho'Gath, and Small there to take them from the mid to the late game as well. So much more well-rounded comp here from skill issue. Let's see. Yeah, for sure, Jinx might have a hard time getting a reset. Depends. The only win condition in that sense is if we are not behind, Shyvana can land some fireballs. People are low, and then because they're all low, we can chain some excites, you know. But let's see. What do you think, Nado? You gone quiet on me. You're
I'm trying to
thinking.
like think. I'm trying to think like what is like the major win conditions for the set of Versio because these comps are a lot closer than the last. They're
No,
definitely a lot
if
closer.
if Eversio start getting ahead, they're a bit unstoppable in my opinion. This kind of comp. We're talking like a Jinx Lulu that no longer need peel because they're ahead. Jace is kind of just gapping away and small there potentially with his range. If he hits 1Q on them, they're gonna be half-ish health or a good chunk. Shyvana is in a similar bucket as well. Plus she can clear faster, invade you, take dragons quicker, take everything quicker. It's a very accelerated kind of controversy. Mundo's kind of same in the top lane. Moment he gets the Warmocks, he can trade with Cho'Gath easily as well. No? Or what do you think?
Yeah,
We'll find out soon.
I'd say you're mostly right. I'd say you're mostly right.
But in terms of sheer team comp, like if the games go how they've been going, yeah, I think SI have a really good comp overall. It has better synergy. Like people are fighting early game, some people are scaling later. So overall, a nice. Oh my gosh. So overall, nice spread of power as well across the board. And I have magic damage, have AD damage. They don't have that good of a front line, but Cho'Gath later on does become that. Now we've seen a really good Nico from Visa here from Nautilus. Let's see how he does on Nautilus. On my notes, he is not a great engaged support player. So this should be him playing on an uncomfortable setting. Awaken on his roots here with an Enchantress, so this time playing Lulu. So we should have a fairly good bot lane here. One thing to note,
Looks like it looks
oh,
like we might be going for a silly invade. Game has seemingly frozen a bit. This could be a cheeky little kill. Oh, Eyeglass. I mean, Awaken has spotted out the cheesy little 5-man.
well played by Awaken, honestly. Thinking ahead there, getting the ward down. See Sky calling out Grantless's Jace as goated for sure, for sure. Grantless is goated overall. Could you enable in-game names? My apologies. Yes, we can do that. Awesome. Thank you. So let's see. Living here, Raptor start Olaf replicating that as well. Oh, look at Iglos. No way we start with a. Oh, just a Q. Okay, okay. It's just the tip, honey. Yeah, I thought he was going for a proxy, but it's just a Q.
Yeah, it's just a queue.
Plus one, plus one. We
Okay,
have
refresh
some
with the
people.
push, push, push.
Indeed, indeed. Let's sorry guys. Let's see here. Iconic and we can expect great things from them here in the bot lane. Should be quite Cho'Gath favored early on. Cho'Gath very sort of early game skewed as a champion, and he does scale decently well. His drawback is that he is very kiteable. But the E alone, like in trades, is going to be very menacing to deal with. You see Cho'Gath firing some spikes every now and then. If he hits Zyglos with that, like that, they deal max health damage, which is pretty much Igos. Igos' character is max health. That's it. All right, so let's see here. Grantless in the mid lane. What do you think of Grantless, guys? His debut was today. We've seen him 2 games in. Kind of very consistent gameplay all around. Let's see how his Jace goes. You like to see it here. We know Jinx for Iconic is a, how you say, very comfort, very legendary pick from him. We've seen the Jinx a lot in the multi scene from Iconic. Always does well with her, knows how to play the scenarios. Early game, mid game, late game. Any game, baby. Jinx it is.
And
Awaken in the meanwhile
Awaken.
getting caught out here by Nautilus. Now I have to say this support player from Skill Issue is potentially their best player. But still, Awaken normally not getting caught by such hooks. Forced to heal, and he is kind of on the lower end of his health bar.
There's one aspect of best of threes and even best of fives that I don't think enough people really talk about, and it's the mental exhaustion of playing all these games in a row, especially when they're 40-minute games. I mean, that's no joke. That's 1 hour and a half of just playing League. Like, yes, sure, you have the bit of breaks in between, you have the champ selects in between, but that's still like a lot of time that you have to be locked in, for lack of a better word.
Yeah, we're pushing
Uh,
the 3 hour mark just this moment, for instance. So for sure, for sure.
it's genuinely a lot, and you have to keep in mind that that level of exhaustion. I mean, it's a genuine skill check, like quite literally, to say, hey, this is something that like you need to still stay fully in the game, ready to sort of react to anything that's gonna go your way. And so I'm actually a fan of them going towards. This is what's like been me trying to like think, and the reason I've not been talking much is me trying to think like, hey, this is actually one of the reasons why I'm kind of okay with the Shyvana because it's a comfort pick for living, right? And when you're in this sort of like exhausted state, you need something where like you can basically play with half of your brain off, right? So that the other half of your brain can focus on the more important things. So I'm not completely against it. Also, I hope you all guys all saw the Fundamentos level up timer for Aglos. I see some people in the chat notice it. I'm glad.
All part of the plan. His boss called in and he got a raise. That second. All right, one Giants belt is there. Let's see. We are getting closer and closer to Warmox. Grantes holding his own. He's been doing really well in the mid lane overall, even his Azir game and his victory. He was very dominant in lane. Didn't manage to get any kills out of it, which just speaks to Zephyr's strength. Zephyr, of course, we've seen him almost every time we've had a casting of UKL. I believe we even saw him in Div 1. So Zephyr definitely knows his way around playing in these high stakes scenarios. Let's see here. Now the smaller guys, he may seem like a cute little dragon now, but you give him some time. He's gonna be a really, really, really scary little cute dragon. He will really do a lot of damage to Eversio. So we need to find a way, if possible, not drag this too long. But we're on the right
This is
track.
our first Drake.
That is indeed the first dragon here.
So
So
again, like last comp, this comp does get outscaled, but it doesn't fall off. You still have Jinx, you still have Mundo, you still have Lulu. Shyvana is actually not that bad of a
Oh no,
Okay,
Shyvana
well
is
now,
really nice. Yeah, yeah,
yeah.
I
So
completely like this champ.
realistically, I mean, they don't fall off. It's more that SI's team is just really strong late, while theirs is pretty good. Uh, what that means though is that you can actually still play the game late. It's just going to be hard. So if they get an early advantage going, that basically means they win the game. So this is a comp where I am a lot more comfortable in saying this is a you should fight early, you should look for these plays because this will pay off. And even if they're not perfect, you can still win. So I'm a lot more optimistic with this kind of comp than of course last game's comp. I've been trying to think of like what exactly this Jace can do for Team Eversio. And again, it's one of those things where I'm really trying to think like what is where does this Jace fit in? And I think I've actually figured it out. His entire and I'm this is gonna sound really stupid, okay? His entire existence is just a buffer for the Jinx to get a single reset. As of course we do see a 1-for-1. Sadly, the Smolder does take it as opposed to the Lulu taking it. But I've been thinking about it. Jace's entire existence here is to run in, get Jinx a reset, and die. I know that sounds stupid, but if you look at it like that, it's not that bad.
We'll see
Because if you
here. In the top lane, we might have some trouble. Iglos getting eaten by the Cho'Gath. Very close fight in the top lane here. Barely walking out of it. So Iglos there, felling himself. That's the second kill. But he is living with his dragon form. The fireball comes out, so there's nowhere to hide for this Shogat. I'll take the trade, bro. I'll take it. We want Living to be catching these. And, Iglos, he doesn't really care, to be honest, when he's playing this kind of champion. Of course, he would have liked the kill initially, not falling, but I would imagine, like, if you're reverse, you're quite happy with this trade. Now,
Yeah, so Mondo as a tank is again he's technically not a tank, he's a juggernaut, so he's not like a tank where he's completely unaffected from dying. That said, trading a kill onto living, I think that's a pretty fair trade, especially when Shyvana's a champion who you kind of want to get like super ahead and take a bunch of drakes. And if they do take a bunch of drakes, I think that just wins them the game, especially if it's a good soul. Uh, we do see, of course, that the uh, Hextech was the first drake of the game. The next game that is spawning is an ocean. Uh, Provided if it's a mountain soul, I actually think that can just solo, let's say not win them the game, but like put a huge leg up, increase like their chance of winning by a percent or two. This could be something really huge. As Pelo says, I would love to see a sequence where we would see a swap for grubs and then swap back for second
too
Drake.
late.
Too late.
No.
Yeah. So the reason I think that there's a percent or two for Mountain Soul is simply again with the way that these comps kind of want to play. Uh, Realistically, the only way that Eversio's comp can lose is if they get poked out by the Hue or the Smolder. On a straight engage, I'm pretty sure it's whoever gets the first skill wins, and provided Smolder doesn't have those 2-5 stacks, I think Eversio gets that. So I think just creating a fat shield that they first have to burst through. Oh, he's saying it's more than 2%. The reason I don't think that is because if the game keeps going on and like Smolder starts to get more and more stacks, I don't think the Mountain Soul realistically stays relevant. If I have to be completely honest, especially if they're trading for different neutral objectives. So, for example, if they trade for an Articon, Mountain Soul by itself is probably not enough to win the game, although it will be a very, very big effect. Also, do not underestimate how much 2% is. It's quite a bit. As we do see, what is Smolder building? What's Pickaxe Caulfields? Does Essence build out of that now? I genuinely don't know.
For who? Sorry. Living? Or,
For Soxek, the Smolder.
he's, yeah, he's probably going Essence Reaver.
I'm assuming that's Essence.
Yes, yes.
That's Jace almost snipes out the way. The way is greeting. He's
Look
staying
at
here.
look at Living there alting on the map. We didn't see him, but yeah, they forced the flash from the Hue in the mid lane. We saw that through the minimap. So yeah, we didn't see it on the, but this is really good for Eversio. They will be able to get this dragon not contested. Living realistically doesn't even need help on it. Shyvana naturally, thanks to her passive, deals extra damage to the dragon, and she's in dragon form. So this should be a free dragon for Eversio. Olaf wants to contest this. He's running towards the dragon. Can we see if Living gets it? It's hard to see, but yes, Living does manage to secure this dragon. Let's see. The bot lane here is the main point of interest for skill issue, but Eversio have no intentions of entertaining it. Let's see here. Combination of Smolder and Nautilus. Meanwhile, Igo's probably gonna get eaten again, most
I
likely, and he
goes.
does fall himself. The flash completely not necessary from this Cho'Gath, but he is winning it. Oh, Jinx with
Here
the
comes the
crazy
Jinx
snipe.
ult.
Oh no,
Oh.
almost got that. Let's see in the meanwhile in the bot lane here. No Jinx ult. Awaken gets ulted right away, and a lot of damage coming out. Awaken goes down. Iconic soon to follow. Almost takes the Nautilus. Here is Grantless. Here is Living. The Olaf is in terrible danger. His ult is there. Living has the ultimate. Will he use it? Nautilus goes out. Living ults over the wall. He gets the speed. The slow from Smolder just barely being enough to take him down. Nice combination there of efforts as well. Nautilus with the Q and Smolder with the Blast Cone. So well played from Skill assuming well the Olaf could be caught out here, but does not seem like it's the case. So Gauntlet and Living trying to take some kind of an advantage here as much as they can from their bot lane getting Dove. Sadly, Eversio not able to capitalize on this. That is Essence Trigger complete for the Smolder, a lot of cooldown reduction and no more mana problems. The Torch complete for the Hui as well. We didn't comment on this, but we see Gruntless recalling now. So I imagine he's gonna get his first item as well. And there it is. He almost goes bait for Gruntless. Pretty sure Living wants to recall after his camps and get the full Soulgen. We see Igros with the triple Giant's Belt. I'm pretty sure there is no item that builds from 3, but I'm also double sure you need an extra Giant's Belt for Mox to trigger his passive. So there you go. Living getting invaded now with Nautilus being here. That's really weird, but I guess Smolder can 2v1 at this point with his infinite mana and AoE abilities. Let's see, Grantless instantly rotating around here to bot lane. Since the Smolder is alone, Eversio want to punish this. Smolder so easy to clear out this wave. And Grantless needs to go back now because Sway is pushing back the lane. Living needs to get a recall off, but he's kind of getting stretched thin. He can't really hold too many lanes. He ults over the wall, takes his. I'm guessing they're holding the mid lane wave there. Meanwhile, here, Iconic and Awaken still pressuring the Smolder, but just taking plates. Not really anything else coming out from it. It is going to be skill issue pausing the game. We are not aware. Okay, their their support has some lag. So this is Nautilus having some lag. We'll see, we'll
I
see.
think UKL needs to buy the support a new PC.
Let's see, let's see.
Uh,
Not looking great for Eversio at the moment, guys. I'm not too sure we win on scaling as well. If I
no, I
had to
mean
assess
we
the current
definitely
situation,
not.
but it's just 1.8k gold. It's not that bad, right? We haven't even started playing realistically. So let's see, let's see.
No, no. I'd say this game still has definitely mid game. Once we reach two and a half, 3 items, I think that's where we'll figure out like, hey, is this game winnable? Is it one, or is it kind of Jover? Uh, for now,
Oh
I
my
think
god.
realistically, you can afford to take a few hits here and there. 1.8 gold, like we said, is nothing. We still have 2
1.2
Drakes
of
on our
it,
side.
1.2 of it is on the Shogun. So
Yeah, so even more so. I mean, like realistically, it shouldn't be too big of an effect.
yeah. Why
On
don't we
the
send Iconic to the top lane? Get that shut down. No? Come on,
It's
guys.
a good question. I guess they're a bit scared of letting Smolder farm on the Mundo for free. He basically has no way to stop him from doing that, which is fair to be, all things said. Uh, although I will say again, it is a bit of a shame that it is a Chemtech Soul. Chemtech Soul has been recently been buffed to be 13%, but it's still not exactly, as I
Nah,
would
come on.
say,
They have
daisy
Mundo
clone.
and Shyvana should be good, no? Or
They do have Mundo. You're not wrong. They do have Mundo Shyvana. It's more, how do I say this?
je ne sais quoi.
Yeah. It's if they've already reached that point where they're half health, the fight should already be won or lost. It shouldn't really matter. Maybe in some clutch fights here and there, it can come into play. I mean, 30% is no joke. But yeah, I mean, I'll say this. I'm interested to see how this game develops. If I am IS though, I mean I'm not feeling too bad. Our Cho gets fed. We're scaling. Um, enemy team of course has to do a play in the next 10, 15 minutes. Else they're gonna pretty much just get outscaled. If I'm a Versio, on the other hand, I'm going to be looking at these drakes and I'm going to be doing as many plays possible around these drakes. And I'm just going to keep jumping on. I'm going to keep taking those drakes. And I'm going to make sure that the second I can see a team fight, I'm going to take it. But yeah, we'll see exactly how this game develops. As it does seem like, man, what is going on? Yeah, it is a bit zizzy right now.
Oh, sorry. Thank you, Nano. You woke me up from my dream. I was dreaming that Mundo was pushing, and not only did we get their Nexus, we got their next Nexus as well. Um,
We got their secret second Nexus.
yes, the one behind the shop. 5 minutes of support lagging, huh?
What
I
was the
I think
there
they're
was a
tuning
champ
into the stream to find out all the secrets about Eversio.
What was there was a champion who could like kill the shop? Was it Senna? Does anyone know what I'm talking about?
Yes, yes, I'm sure it was Sana.
Yeah, it was Senna. There was a way that Senna could like kill the shopkeeper, and the enemy team couldn't buy items anymore.
Nothing beats selling your recall button.
In the meantime, we won the grand final of Division 2 and got promoted to NLC. Okay, very nice.
Is this my dream? As in the dream, Mick?
Eversio versus Los Ratones would go hard. True, true.
Yes, yes. I mean, Iglos versus the boss would go hard, to be honest.
Then it would be a Nemesis draft. It will be a Nemesis. You know, they were thinking of coming to Malta. Like unironically, there was like talk of them coming to Malta. I'm so sad they didn't. I'm honestly so sad they didn't.
It's their loss. They
Imagine,
could have had my coffee.
imagine you just like walking through Pacheville and you just see the mouse.
We shilling!
We're
Solo
chilling.
bolo, these
Bolo
shooters!
bolo.
We drinking!
I'm
Yinking!
roaming to Hugo's.
La la la.
Uh,
I'm proxy farming at McDonald's.
I'm proxy
Yeah.
farming at McDonald's.
Instead of ordering at the counter, he's like in the kitchen cooking, you know? Proxy. Okay, she. I tried. You win, Nano. Your jokes are funnier.
Thank you, thank you.
That
I'm
could
gonna have some.
that could happen. It almost happened, Freaky Feel.
It almost happened. It almost happened. They chose Copenhagen, sadly.
They went to Copenhagen. I don't know if it's because it has a really cool name, you know? Like imagine saying Copenhagen. Copenhagen. You know,
They
sounds cool.
needed it because
Compared to
you know
Malta, Malta, Malta,
because
Malta, Malta.
they needed to go to Copenhagen, man. It's so that they can cope better with the boss on their team. Ah,
It's because of the ice cream. Copenhagen does, you know?
Copenhagen. There we go.
Yes. Well, the game has been unpaused and it will resume in 0 seconds. I am left anxious hearing that. I understand that the number zero has no quantity, and to my awareness, we have been waiting a lot more. Okay, okay, there we go. Yay,
Some say
we're back.
the zero isn't even a number; it's a
Yep.
concept. So hopefully that will be the last boss of the series. Of course, hopefully. It does seem. Anglos, of course, trying his best to sort of just catch up a bit with this Cho'Gath. Shogun, of course, pun intended, has gotten monstrously ahead. Uh, Shogun right now, one of those champions where I think with Fearless Draft he will show up a lot more. He is like I'd argue edging the viability in pro. He's such a strong champion. Of course, he can be punished, as Iglos is showing with his Moneybags Mundo.
Yeah, and Cho'Gath for sure can totally one-shot Jace, totally one-shot Shyvana, and potentially even Mundo if ult is not used. If Cho'Gath gets ahead enough, he deals a lot of like upfront damage to any melee champion. Very
Exactly, and
strong
like
overall.
even outside of that, the amount of utility he provides with his Q, his W, and his E just does so much damage for no reason. And so the Smolder is in a bit of a precarious position. He does dodge out the W though, like this. And this is what I was talking about. Now that the early game is passed, I mean, Hui just perma shoves waves with QE. And Hui is one of these champions where he's not as strong as a Victor, and I
What a
say that as
great
he just is
combination
one
with
shot.
Living and Grantless there. Grantless pushing back the Hui into Shyvana there to Living spot, and Living taking him down. Next up is this bot lane. Grantless and Living are here, and the support just recalled. What an unfortunate timing for skill issue. We see a flash coming out from Soul, a splash from Grantless as well. That is a kill going on for the Eversio mid laner. So Grantless
Gruntless
does take
is,
that.
he has been performing pretty well in every game he's played so far. Big up for Gruntless. Debut with Eversio, I believe, right? And I mean, all in all, just playing really well. So Arcano will seemingly try to force down the top lane tower. Not enough to take the first tower in the game. But the Cho'Gath, meanwhile, will force down the mid one. That will be 2 for 1. However, a Drake is secured, putting them on a 16.5 minute soul point. Wow.
Yeah, that's Shyvana for you. So we see Aglos now taking down the top lane turret.
And Gloss is outie. uh, that is not a spellbook TV, I'll tell you that much. Yeah, I mean, look, all things considered, this game is still technically, uh, in this moment, IS favored. Although Versio is being relatively proactive, they're trying to find these fights, they're trying to find these drakes. They've gotten soul point at 16.5 minutes, which is downright crazy. I think that's like not that's taking every drake off spawn minus a minute and a half, which is nuts. If they're able to secure an early soul, I'm I'm confused. Can we see an early Elder Drake? Is that a thing, or does Elder Drake have like a set spawn? I genuinely don't know.
Yes, yes,
Does
it's called
anyone?
Smolder.
Ah, okay, okay.
Now let's see, let's see.
Does
Yes, of course, of course. If the last Drake is taken, oh, we'll have a what, 23-minute Elder.
wow. So we very well could just see like an Elder Drake that spawns before Baron, or like exactly after Baron at 26.
Or at the same time, roughly, I think, as well, maybe.
Yeah.
Almost. Let's see, let's see. So far, though, nothing that hits home with the adversity comp, but so is skill issue here. I haven't really like both comps are kind of very passive. What's that? Like a 1k gold separating them. So yeah, we're doing good. Look at Aiglas now pushing his lead. He does have that Warmox, so this is where it starts. The Mundo abuse. He literally cannot get taken out of lane. Loki, the Shogun should have bought Warmox as well. Hello. Push, 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 push.
Push. Do.
You think he put the song on? Let's,
100%. No, no, no. There's no way he's playing Mundo without the song.
yes, it
There's
gives you
no
more
doubt in my
aura.
man. Mind.
Grantless. Granting. On Jace. Alright, let's see it. Living is here, Iconic is here, Awaken is here. A lot of damage on Smolder. Smolder realistically isn't the champion. Not yet, not yet. Let's see how long it's gonna take. He's at 160, guys. He's only a couple of stacks away from getting his execute. Definitely not something to look over. So this Molder, 23 minutes, I bet he's going to be very, very, very strong. Let's see. Olaf, as the game goes on, he becomes a lot less useful. So that's something positive for Eversio for sure. He could go for the Jinx, and realistically, not much can be done about it. Let's see. Oh, Iconic goes with the Ghost. That's a nice little snipe, Iconic, with his confidence on the Jinx. I bet you didn't see that coming, huh? What a lot of damage there from Iconic.
That
Igos is
is
here as well.
actually a really big kill. I'm not gonna lie. That is a genuinely large kill. This could spiral into an Atacon, as we do see Gruntless TPing in. That that is a possibly game-winning play, as Atacon does seem to be rushed down. Does not look like SI will be able to contest it.
Cool,
Man, that
calm,
is an
composed.
Atacon. This is a Drake spawning in a minute. Could be Soul for Eversio. Atacon plus Soul at 20 minutes. Ooh, that sounds like a big boost of power. Of course, they will trade mid tier 2, which is a bit of a shame, but I mean, there's nothing wrong with trading a mid tier 2 for an Atacon. Man, this Mundo champion is just goofy.
Nice little side steps here from Iglos. Top laner is playing volleyball at this point.
They need to make a Mundo Ball game mode. I'd play that all summer long.
Uh, How many skins does it bring in?
Uh, they can make a volleyball Mundo skin and a basketball Mundo skin.
For 100,000 euro. Alright, guys.
Yes.
Soul point for Eversio here. Let's see. Iconic is recalling. His Infinity Edge is in base. So we will need to wait for our carry to come. Skillish, you are ready for it though, and their carry already has an Infinity Edge. Let's see how this goes. This could be a very, very strenuous point in the game, guys. It's very tough to call who will win this. Yeah, Skillish, you have really good engage. Eversio don't really have the best disengage. Iconic is really far away from his team as well. Good thing is Igos is pushing. Let's see, let's see. Palioface with the shout out there. Yes, he's calling for the Eversio power. We need to give them our Spirit Bomb again. Okay. It didn't work the last time. Let's see,
Let's
guys.
let's let's shoot a spirit bomb at IS. Maybe that's how we work. Maybe that's how we win.
Oh no, are we giving this up? I guess we're giving it up. Oh
Ooh,
man, no. All right, Aversi are not confident that they can take this one. A flash from the Nautilus here finds the Mundo, and that's what
that is
happens
a
to Iconic.
madman Olaf.
Yeah. I mean, Aversi need to know this. Like they cannot play into this comp ever. Like they kind of knew it for
Also,
Drake, but they still took the fight. So might as well just 50-50 at that point. All right, Living finds a kill there with Grantless. Awaken is
Cho'Gath has
here.
wasted ult.
Big damage from Living, but the
That will
Olaf
still
just
be a 4-2.
yeah. So that's a lot of damage
Honestly, at that
counted
point,
out.
if you've already lost to Drake, I mean, there's realistically no point to be fighting there. You're not at an advantage. You're split up. You're not exactly how you want to be.
To be fair,
So
they
there's
got
no objective
flashed
to
on
fight
as
for.
well. Let's keep that in mind that Nautilus found the flash. But yeah, like overall, then they committed to the fight. It's what it is. I think most of this game will be very much a repeat of what we just saw. We really need to find a way to control this Olaf prior to going into a fight. He's just gonna permanently drive the Jinx. Um, so yeah, I mean, Iconic has his flash. He will have Ghost soon as well. You know, Loki. Oh man, imagine the Kaisa with Zhonya's against this Olaf. But we picked Olaf last year for skill issue, so we couldn't really have predicted it. So yeah. Anyway, so Olaf won't have the flash to get onto Iconic. And Iconic will have the means to get away from him, but basically Lulu completely useless at peeling off Olaf. His ult giving him complete CC immunity.
Baron is the next objective to spawn in 30 seconds. I think they can end off this Baron. Maybe that's a bit like jumping the gun. I think they can actually end this with this Baron. They have so much damage to towers with the Mundo and the Jinx. I genuinely think that if they get a Baron here, they can actually just end the game, provided they have the wave ready. Cho'Gath does have no TP. This could be a potential Baron fight if they look for it. Baron spawning in 8. I'm not too big of a fan living hovering in this bot side. I feel like you should be threatening this Baron here, especially with it being the more open Baron with the little sides there. I think you can probably sneak past, sneak through the sides, try to start dealing damage there, and they would have no idea. They would actually have no idea.
Let's see, we're pushing up into that 25th minute mark. Smolder may look 1-4, guys, but yeah, he'll be doing the work for sure. Come a few more minutes, and he's already doing pretty well already. So let's see how it goes for them. Yeah, Baron, as Pano pointed, is available right now. Both teams will be itching to get it. Both teams need this win. They are both one each, and I don't think there's more games after this one if you lose. So we really need to get a nice win here. Igos pops the ult. Let's see. He can return the damage here onto the Strogat. There's gonna be a hard steal there. Proc from Iglos. As both tanks kind of look each other down. It's the tank lifestyle.
Uh-oh. 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 Iglos realizing, hey, I'm in ult range. I need to flash out of here. What a nice little bit of sidesteps from Iglos. I mean, Moneyman Mundo showing off why he makes the money. As the Jinx ult, whew, bit dangerous, hits the Hue instead. Look, Grantus, honestly, you could call a Baron call here. That is two people bot lane. Cho'Gath having to recall. Of course, he does have TP back up now. Jhin has been spotted on the side of IS.
See Iglos shoving in that bot lane turret. Zephyr is here to respond as well as Shogat is with his team in the mid lane. Teleport for both champions here. So both of them can kind of go into the fight, but Iglos really taking a lot of damage from this way.
Keep
Kind
in
of
mind, the second
surprised.
Iglos' ultimate is up, he can run down the Hue. I do not think Hue can live if he just gets run down. However, looks like they're not playing for the Baron, they're playing for the soul. Now, it is a bit more difficult now. Their front line is very tanky, but
There's that Nautilus.
Living is dealing a lot of damage. There's the ult. Bit overzealous. He will die.
Yeah, he's playing it a bit too much like a Bruiser Shyvana, but that's not how the build goes. And there is the counter engage from the Olaf. Bit disastrous here.
I'd argue that may have cost them the fight and possibly the game. It does, of course, 100% cost them soul. And I'm not sure if you saw there, but Smolder has reached his stacks. He's at 225, which means his execute has been unlocked. Uh, Keep in mind, Smolder's burn recently got buffed with the amount of souls that it scales with. It's no longer that much of a joke. I think the burn damage that he deals along with the fact that he executes is quite a lot of concentrated damage. If Eversio wants to win this game, I think they need to try to just find a fight that's unexpected for them. If they do not realize that this Baron is taken, I think this may be a game. I think they've realized, but they've realized a bit too late. That will be Baron for the side of IS.
Dangerous to get Baron this late into the game if you're a Versio. And they don't necessarily have the best wave clear either. Very diveable comp as well, thanks to the Olaf Nautilus and Cho'Gath. A lot of things playing against the Versio right now. Let's see if they can find a way out of this. How do you do that? Somehow you need to get a pick on this Olaf, get his shutdown onto a Conic ideally. Living maybe plays more for his range, lands a couple of fireballs prior to the fight. Similar to Grantless, they can combine and get the comp here from skill issue to around that half health mark. It will be a lot easier for Iconic to play these fights. And then ideally, after all that, when we see Olaf engaging, everyone needs to jump on him, and Olaf needs to be the first person down. After Olaf, the rest of the team isn't that big a threat, but if they take too long, the Smolder would have done enough damage. So I hope you guys are following. That's that's how team fights need to play out. All right. Oh, Grantless. Hey, that Q not hitting there is like how you say
Ooh,
a favor being done to Eversio. That was a very easy Q to hit, but maybe the stress the Nautilus did not hit it.
bro had his life flashing in front of his eyes, but he did manage to just barely sidestep there. And if you are a Versio, this is getting a really tight game. I think they still can turn it with one team fight, although it is going to be incredibly hard. Like you said, some pick needs to be found. Although it does look like IS will just group here. If I'm a Versio here, I am collapsing 5 people on the smaller Nautilus here. That does not look like they will be doing that, and they will instead choose to defend their bot tower.
Look at Cho'Gath, man. The damage he does on tanks, it's crazy. Living jumping in, but I'm pretty sure this Cho'Gath will one-shot him. I'm not even
I
joking, guys.
I think so too. It's
Living
very
getting
close
taken.
actually.
Oh no, he gets ulted by the Lulu. Cho'Gath goes down, shut down for Iglos. Nice little bait there
Dun,
by Living.
dun, dun, dun. Push,
All
push,
right, all
push,
right. We have a
push.
fight. Good. Olaf is down, and the Konik is still alive.
Iglos,
This is
he's
it, guys.
pushing.
Come on. That's how we need to do it, man. We need to find these picks. Come on. Is Baron up? No. Okay, okay. We need to push. We need to find something. This is what we need. Versio. 30 minutes in. Kick up the gas and find a win. Olaf going down is huge here too, by the way. And Iconic got all that gold. Olaf slowly will literally be redundant. It's really the smolder that's the problem.
Yeah, I mean, if you're able to annihilate the Smolders in these team fights, I think you can probably win the game. The issue is that the Smolder is being protected by a Nautilus and a Hui and the Cho'Gath. Meanwhile, your ADK is being run over by an Olaf. It's this is what I kind of meant, like reaching later in stages into the game. Aversius comp is not bad late. It is by no means late. SI is just a tiny bit better. Well, not a tiny bit, quite a bit at this point, as we are of course reaching 32 minutes and we are getting our 4th item completed. It's just very difficult for anyone in a Versius comp to overtly negatively impact SI's comp. It's there's so much peel, there's so much damage on the side of SI that the Versius comp, which again still has good damage, still has good peel, is just really not able to outperform it. So you need to look for these like weird angles where, like that fight, you are able to separate the sort of carries from the tanks, and that way they kind of just rush down the tank there, killing the Choga first, and then killing the Olaf. Uh, as it does look like we may be seeing another opportunity here. Gruntless is, of course, just farming on the side lane, getting it pushed out. The Drake once again has spawned. It will spawn at least in 5 seconds. As we do see Iglos TPing bot lane. Yump. Cho'Gath, of course, can also TP. He is available. He can also just walk. There is the TP. Now here it goes. Here we go. This is where the Shyvana starts to kind of shine a bit with these 3 items. The poke is kind of insane. And I mean, even a tank Cho'Gath is still losing half of his HP bar to this poke. And this is where Versus Comp does kind of... Wait a second, Iconic just got engaged on. He's flashed on. He's already dead. Here comes the Cho'Gath. Iglos is trying his best to try to do something back to the backline. He kills one, but he will eventually...
He's
Wait, what
still
is
alive!
going on?
Oh my gosh, man. What a messy fight. We're not finding this poke before the fights, guys. We're fighting it too much like we always do. Might as well pick engage champs at this point. Like we can't pick, like Jace, Shyvana, these kind of champions, they really need to get the poke in before you can start the fight. But
Like you're saying, these are champs
yeah,
that they need to be able to just sit back and poke, get them incredibly low, and then eventually engage. We're not playing champions who can just go in and again they're the Jinx getting a bit out of position, deciding, hey, look, the choke gets half health, let me try to kill him, and of course, uh, Iconic does get caught out and he does die. A bit overzealous. They were close. They were close to be fair. There is still this Baron fight that will happen. Eversio does have one more chance to kind of turn this game back into their favor. However, 5k gold now behind. It is a bit of a. I don't want to say it. I don't want to say it. I don't want to say it. Is rapid fire cannon not good here on Jinx? So rapid fire cannon could be good. Uh, One issue. If you are at a point in the game where you can't even auto attack with chompers, I think the game's kind of already over at that point. Uh, you much rather go for this more explosive sort of playstyle with the Runans rather than go for the fire cannon. At least that's what I'm understanding Quantic is choosing to do here. Because again, if you're at a point where you need to just auto once with rapid fire and then walk away, or you need to try to go for these incredibly long range autos, I think the game's already kind of over. Uh, Especially with the fact that realistically, I don't think any of the backline should be getting low. Smolder and of course the Hui have a lot of range. Does look like the Baron will go to IS as they are just two-manning it.
but it's good if
Although
we
here
can
we
get
go,
some
the
picks here.
engage has gone off.
Let's see.
Jinx is dealing damage. There goes the Smolder. Can we get more?
Granta's
Grantis
flashing,
is forced
staying
to flash
alive.
out.
Iglos is
Money
still
Man
going.
Mundo, it does come.
We're pushing mid lane as well. Keep in mind we have Jinx. Come on, guys. Are we really recalling? We have teleport. We have teleport on Grantless. Okay, okay. We have Jinx. Iglos needs to stop the recalls. Okay, Hui is back. We need to continue pushing forward. Go, 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 go. We have Jinx.
They
We're
can
pushed
try to
one turret.
force a 4v5 here. That is
Nice.
something that can entirely happen. Smolder is
Turret,
dead.
nice. The way out. We have Sakonic. Nice dodge. Those ARM mechanics coming in clutch. But yeah, we take two turrets here for the
I
Baron buff. It's a worthwhile trade, I guess. But
I I think I would have liked to see more a further fight, just forcing even more, trying to get something else because you have to squeeze every last bit of advantage, even if you're like overstepping. I think we're at a point in the game where like, hey, that's a 4-item Smolder with execute stacks. If he's dead, let's force everything we can. It is a bit of a shame that the obviously the Baron went over to the side of IS. Uh, Soul Point is the next objective. 1 minute 30. Man, it is 3 40-minute back-to-back games. I am tired and starving. Not sure about anyone else. Hope everyone else has like some food. Watching the game happen. As a nice little flash comes out, dodging the Nautilus hook. Little okay emote, some BM. Man, it is a oof, rough game as we are approaching that 40-minute point, and it is getting harder and harder to actually be able to close out for the side of Eversio, and easier to close out for the side of IS. Of course, this Drake still can spawn. You still have the final objective, I'd argue, for this game. Maybe not the final one that's gonna win them the game, but arguably the final one that's gonna really matter outside of maybe the Elder Drake, which I doubt will reach Elder, but we'll see. Who knows? Drake will spawn in 20. Moneyman Mundo does not care, but he probably should. Nope.
hello.
Hello, hello,
Mundo
hello.
boss told him to take down turret. He's still going.
Mundo
Come on, Iglos.
is
Damn it.
dead.
Alright, there's a choke
I
at TP as well. We need to be careful with
I
that.
feared I fear that may have costed them the Drake.
Lol,
Feels
we're
that
still
may be
we're
so.
still fighting for the soul. It's 40 minutes in
Yeah.
game, and we're saying, "Oh, we're gonna have a soul The Baron, Kappa. Alright, let's see. Living is a bit low. Alright, Olaf. No one can really stop him.
Yeah, I mean,
And there goes Living.
mm,
Dragon is theirs. That's the soul as well.
yeah,
So skills you are like Thanos picking Infinity Stones as the game goes longer. Like Smolder getting execute, one stone. The Verin, another stone, you know, like the Dragon Soul, the next soul. So,
I'd like to believe, guys, but I think I'm gonna have to call it.
yeah, it's looking rough. But correct me if I'm wrong, Nick. Do we have more games after this one? All right.
Nope.
So this one was for all the money. We tried our best. We even brought in our ace in the hole, Grantless. It's not over yet. Awaken with his Mega Lulu protecting the base. Grantless is coming. In Maltese, we say gas down. Skill issue.
It was
Running away. Scared of Grantless. Alright. I would assume the next push from skill issue might be their last. Unless Eversio find the turnaround here. To be fair, skill issue's base is wide open, guys. You know, maybe I'm talking a bit ahead of time. And Eversio actually get the big dream here. Maybe splitting up skill issue and opening up their base. Let's see.
one more flip. One more flip. I doubt the Brazil will stall for 4 more minutes. However, if they stall it, flip Elder. That is the only way you win. Uh, that is, in my opinion, the only way that this game can somehow be turned the way of Eversio. If look, they have Smolder. If you get Smolder passive, if every one of your team gets Smolder passive, 5 versus 1, that's simple maths. You know. I do not think they are actually able to win this game, but we will see. Obviously, they have been quite heavily outscaled. That is a Smolder Hui comp, which just does not realistically lose to much of anything. Uh, as Jace, of course, is still even building his last item. It's not looking good. It's not looking good. As Eyegloss is trying his best, he is still pushing. He does seem to be just pushing, hoping that he can get something. It does look like they have given him this bot tower.
Let's see it. Eyegloss has the game plan. It's in his briefcase all along. And it's soup. Sorry, I had it other way around. Push. It's push. That's the game plan.
Soup. And here comes the support. Where'd he come from?
Oh, Living, alright, ulting out. Great. We get some snowballs. Great. Sorry, fireballs.
This actually looks like a good fight for Eversio. They can
Yes.
probably turn this around.
Living getting a lot of damage out. Alright, alright. Look at Eyegloss. Look at
And
Eyegloss.
meanwhile, look at Eyegloss. He's just getting the inhib.
Come on, come on, come on, come on, come on, come on.
Turn on
Hey,
your push
Eyegloss.
music.
Yes,
Eyegloss
yes. I
is
very soon need to stop the
pushing.
Vex. Oh man, the Cho'Gath, man, that freaking Cho'Gath. Eyegloss maybe finds the flank. Or maybe we go for hips. Look at that smolder,
That
look
is
at
a
that
big
smolder.
amount of damage on Smolder. That
Iconic with the
Smolder dead.
reset.
This could be
Oh my god,
massive.
second kill on Iconic.
This could be game.
This is it, guys, huh? This is it. Can Wei clear the wave? Do they need to dive this way? There's Wei. Alright, big.
There's Wei. Wei is
Oh, we
gone.
turned it
This is
around.
probably game. Eversio has pulled this game
Towers,
out of
towers.
their ass.
Yes, 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 yes.
And that
Eversio,
will
my
be
god,
great for
what was that
Eversio.
hit?
What just happened?
The Eversio classic, classic. Out of nowhere. Just in time to. Oh, I do not want to be in the Discord with skill issue, eh?
Just happened.
Big time rush there. It's midnight, and I think I woke up all my neighbors. Great. Eversio,
You
you
definitely
deserve
woke
it
up all
though.
mine.
It's worth it if police come for me. It's I'll tell them it's because of Eversio won. But it was a great match, a nice series as well. A good day before Grantless. Overall, nice to see that we managed to still have it in it. So yeah, we never gave up. The game plan was there. It was to push, and push we did. I don't know what to say after that. Well done. Drakur might come back, might not come back. We'll see. I guess stay tuned. There's more to come. We are not out yet. Nano, do you have any words to say after such a
Abs-
game?
absolute cinema.
I'm still in shock. Hello? Okay, I'm awake. I'm awake. Holy schmoly.
I think you're still
Oh,
dreaming, man. Wake up, wake up.
how can I sleep after this now? My heart is pounding, you know. All right, guys. Thank you for all the support. I hope you enjoyed that show. Thank you to Eversio for all 5 members. Iglos, Iconic, Living, Grantless, and Awaken, contrary to what I am, as I am asleep in. Thank you for the great show. Nano, thank you for the commentary. Thank you for all the support in the chat. You've been great. Hope to see you all next time. I'd imagine it would be during a Monday or a Thursday, but we'll post in the Discord always. Good night from me. Nano, would you like to say anything else?
Push.
All right. Very philosophical. Uh, do we have a raid, Mick? Is there anyone online that would enjoy the bounty of 25? Push, push, push. Is there like a cooking show? Anyone likes cooking shows? Is there like Gordon Ramsay streaming how to boil an egg? Suggestions, suggestions. Is being on raid lol plank. Alright. Eyeglass gets to decide. Let's go. We did it. That's it. Oh, 7 guys. See you all next time. Good night from me, Nano.
Good night from me too. Hope you all have a great night. Hashtag ever win. How the fuck did ever win? Good night.
Yes.